very strange signal, Captain. Very strange.
On screen, on the main viewer.
Captain, put him on screen.
Wow. That is... What am I looking at? Talk about a strange signal. Man, look at that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another live stream. Yay! This is starting to be a regular thing, I guess.
Yay!
Yeah, whatever Wednesday, yo. What's up, Jim?
Whatever.
Whatever. Whatever. Do that Valley Girl voice.
Whatever, mother sucker.
Yeah. All right.
I still say that you need an R-rated thingamajig before you even come on.
Oh yeah, may not be suitable.
Yeah. It might not be suitable for regular humans.
Hey now, but well, I don't know. That was debatable.
Mm.
You enjoy your day off from the rain?
Yeah. Did a few things around here. Still doing things around here.
No, that's all right. It's always good to catch up. I I had a pretty relaxing day. I just, my usual around the house, and took the missus out for a haircut. Got her looking spiffy. Other than that, not much. I worked a few hours tonight. I only worked 7 to 10, but
Oh,
yeah, well, I don't know. They texted me around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I'm like, yeah, I could work tonight. That's not a problem. I work tomorrow night, Saturday night, and sometime on Sunday. They don't know what time on Sunday yet, but sometime on Sunday.
more money, more money, more money.
More money, more money. Plus, I think Friday is payday for the missus.
Yay.
I think. I got to double check my calendar.
That's what you get for thinking.
Yeah, no, right? Who'd have thought? Let's see here. Let's check the calendar. Because I could be wrong.
I don't know if you're coming or going.
Oh, sometimes I don't. I really don't.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the first is on a Sunday. So yeah, she'll get her check this Friday. So 2 days. Yay.
Yeah, I just did office work all day. It was so exciting. I got to see the inside of my eyelids a few times.
I'm sure you did. You weren't sleeping. You were just checking for cracks.
That's right. I was making sure no sunlight was being raised in there, so I couldn't sleep. Something like that.
I wonder how long Daniel stayed in the the backstage after we all left last night. Oh, that was funny.
I don't know. I was going to check, but I thought, yeah,
I don't know if you could have. I didn't set that one up as reusable.
yeah.
Whatever, however they call it. Some of them, you can create a backstage, set it as reusable, and just keep going back to it. I don't think I did it with last night's stream. Matter of fact, most live streams I don't. So.
It's a lot easier if you do, but if you do multiple streams, it gets pretty complicated.
Yeah, so I would just rather one and done with them. It's just anyway. I ain't gotta keep track of them over in that little list on the side. It's
Well,
yeah. I mean, I do have a couple set up for specifically just that, but like one when I want to do a watch party, I'll have one set up where people can watch whatever we're watching in the StreamYard backstage instead of having to, go to Cosme and watch, because Cosme is a real pain in the butt for some people. So
yeah. May the Borg be with you.
the Borg be with you. I like that.
Yeah, that's some new props right there too. I bought, but it's in limbo.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
No, I found that on Amazon.
What'd you snag that for? Pretty good price.
About $20.
Oh, that ain't bad.
It's got a cord that you got to hide, and it's got flashing lights in it.
Oh, like little LEDs in it. That's
Mhm.
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
I was going to do a little Borg sequence, that's why I got the background and everything, but never did it.
You ever notice the green alert? The green on it is like the same color green that the Borg use.
Could be.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. And that's why I bought a comm badge that had Borg implants or stuff coming out. I paid a pretty penny for that damn thing.
Oh, I bet you did.
But that's on limbo. I think I got a picture of that one. Yeah, right here. Comm badge with stuff on it, flashing lights, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah. What are you, Jedi Jim or Sith Jim or what? Oh, that's a comm badge. It looked like
That's a comm badge.
yeah, no. Well, at first it looked like you're like a Jedi or something with the hood pulled over you with your lightsaber hanging out the side. So I looked at it.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. I should have realized, because from last night. Well, last night and the night before.
Well, yeah, we do have I should say I have stuff I want to do, but I never did it. I mean, when you don't have the actor's motivation anymore, you just
Well, like I said, I'm getting mine back. I just, send me a couple ideas. I'll throw something your way. Just, email me or text me, and I'll put something together for you.
Well, if you throw it at me, just don't hurt me.
I'll wrap it in nice fluffy pillows for you.
And you probably put knives on outside of it.
No, that's only for the people I don't like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to do a lot of things during the winter, but didn't happen.
Yeah, it was kind of a bad time for everybody, I think. But like I said, told you last night, I'm getting back in the groove of things now, so more motivated to do things. I got the laptop I can record on. Doesn't have all that, stuff in the background you got to get rid of. So
Oh, no more box that I have to mess around with for hours.
yeah, imagine that.
Damn. And we have no idea where the U.S. is.
I know you're gonna save how much time on editing, not having to get rid of that.
Now, someday we'll get back in a group. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
I have things around here I got to get done. I figure one person would have wrote to me and tell me why that person's not saying anything or doing anything, but never did.
Who, me?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Someone else. No, you told me. Other people told me they was busy.
Yeah, I wanted to let you know at least so you didn't think I was ignoring you or, you know.
Well, that's nice. That's nice to know when people tell you what's going on, and instead of not saying anything at all.
Yeah, it's like it takes 2 seconds to, text out something real quick, right?
Well,
So, and it's not like we don't know where to get hold of you. So, yeah.
well, it's not the first time I lost actors, and won't be the last.
Oh, I know it. I hate to say it, that's just part of the
Yep.
game. As cheesy as that sounds, it's part of the game, literally. So it's just like, unfortunately, so it's getting screwed over, like you did. Why you made Commodore Productions, right? So,
Well,
or well, at least this iteration of it, I should say.
no, we had a good 2 years. I mean, at least got that. I was hoping for a third, fourth, and fifth year.
Oh, we will. That's why I'm saying. If you got a
Yeah.
couple ideas, shoot them, send them my way. I'll put something together for you. I'll shoot some scenes and come up with something.
Oh God, he's got the gun on now. I'm really gonna get shot. And he didn't laugh at that one. It's supposed to be funny.
Oh, is that was that a?
I'm PvP.
Oh. We love you, PvP. We really do.
Yeah, stop complaining when you watch a video. Damn.
No, I don't really ever hear him complain unless he's tired. So,
Oh my goodness.
when he's tired, it kind of comes out of him. But
The final Terminator at Grilla's place. Watch that video. Then you will hear him complaining.
oh, the
I never
from,
seen it before.
from Terminator 3, the blonde chick.
No. The last Terminator, when everyone says that Arnold was too old and everything.
Oh, yeah. What's that? Salvation. I think it was.
Salvation.
Yeah.
I never seen that, but the commentator was just going on and on and on. I felt like leaving the channel.
Yeah, that one chick. Yeah. I mean, other than that, I thought it was a good movie. Other than that girl narrating, it's like, come on, shut up,
Yeah,
get to the good part. But that, yeah. I mean, I didn't mind that movie. It was good. It was good for what it was. So, I mean, you're gonna say Arnold's too old for Terminator. Well, how come nobody said Stallone was too old when they brought, he did Rocky?
I know.
Well, they're about the same age, aren't they?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't either unless I looked him up on IMDb. But yeah, I mean, now granted, Stallone didn't fight Rocky. I don't think he fought in Rocky. Maybe he did. I can't. I never really saw that one, so I can't speak to it. But
I think in this picture here, I must have been falling asleep.
kind of looks like it. Here, let me see. Oh, no, not quite, but you're getting there.
I got slits.
You got the peepholes open.
Yeah. I should probably put a little thing up there and a bunch of Z's. Oh man. So what's on your agenda for tomorrow? Mine's nine yards.
Well, I get the kid off to school. Supposed to have a hospice visit tomorrow for the missus. I might see if we can change that to Friday. If not, then we're gonna have her nurse visit. So
Surprise inspection, huh?
no, it's once a week.
Mm.
From hospice. It's her visiting nurse. So oh yeah, I gotta work tomorrow night from 5 to 10.
Yeah,
Other than that, not much really going on other than that.
Yeah. I get to ride a lawnmower all day. Well, hoping I don't fall asleep.
Well, see, you need to get you one of those older ones with the extra vibrating feature on it.
Oh, this one vibrates enough. Come on. It's an older model.
Shake, rattle, and roll, baby.
So it's only got one vibrating speed. Fast. So did you see the launch of Starship yesterday?
No, I didn't.
I
mean, yeah, I seen it was all over YouTube and shit, but
yeah. They lost the booster. Booster 14 was a recycled booster. They did some stuff to it and lost it. And Starship, well, they still got the same old problems they had the previous two times.
Yeah, so much for
it's a lot of freaking money just to burn up there.
Oh, there he is. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hey bud, how's it going?
Hey, what time did you wake up and realize you were all by yourself backstage? Sorry, bud. I had to end the show. I had to get up early this morning.
I done the same thing on my streams when Danny was up there. I yell at him. No answer.
Yeah, that's it's not like we didn't try to, get you to respond to us or anything. We did. We really tried.
And all of a sudden, you go back an hour later and he's still there. Like, what the hell?
You can come on up, Daniel, if you want. You're always welcome. You know that, bud.
You got to pay $79.95.
No, actually, I want to hear how his interview went today. I hope it went good for him. For his for that apartment he's trying to get.
Oh, I thought maybe he was interviewing the the Pakistan guy again.
Oh, Jim, come on, Jim.
That damn thing was so long.
You know, you showed me that clip last night, and when Daniel told the story on this channel, he had the same inflections and the same like excitedness that he had when he told it on your channel. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, that's almost like you got that story memorized, Daniel.
I think he does. I think that's his favorite story anymore. I don't know.
Jeez. We're just funning with you, Daniel. It's all in good fun, bud.
But what now? But. Yeah, bullshit.
Bullshit.
That's what he said. Yep.
Oh, I am getting back in the mood to start recording things again. So, well, for for Commodore Productions. So,
Yeah. I got a few things I wrote down the other night. Wherever it went to. It's already missing. Oh, there it is right there. I got a couple things that happened in real life. So I was thinking the other night when I was up here, not last night, but a couple nights ago. I thought I better write this stuff down because if not, I won't remember it.
right. Oh no! I hope we didn't scare off Daniel. We're up to 2 now. We're back down to just me watching again.
Oh, he's probably there, just probably cussing at the screen.
Yeah.
The damn son of a bitch.
Throw me, bitch.
Yeah. When things are interesting on my stream, I download it and go find it, cut it out with the editing program, and stick it in there. It's like, this is interesting.
Yeah, kind of like this.
I couldn't figure that. I couldn't figure that. Oh my god.
At least you gotta admit, I look good in blue. I need to grow that mustache back again.
Oh, your porn stash?
Yeah.
You gonna do it without the beard this time?
It all depends on if I want to shave or not.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've seen Vulcans with beards. Some do, some don't. Hey, Matt, what's up?
Hey, Matt. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hope the storms weren't too rough on you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Mikey, how you doing?
Amish Mikey is in the chat.
Well, I tell you, he does have an Amish-looking beard, Mikey. And Mikey, I say that with respect, man. That so. He says hello to Matt and Daniel as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Mikey, Matt, Daniel, the link's up there if you guys want to jump on. You're all welcome up here. Oh, you know what I gotta do though? I gotta jump over to the YouTube page. I gotta where's oh there he is. Here we go, Matt. There we go. There, now I feel better.
What'd you do?
I had to make his name blue. You're blue, ba-da-dee-da-da-da.
Matt's not blue.
Well, he will be next time he types.
Oh.
So Matt, I was telling Jim I'm ready to start recording stuff for Commodore Productions again.
All right.
So I know you've always had some ideas and stuff. So if you want to come on up here and chat about that, that'd be awesome. Maybe you thought of stuff that neither one of us has. So.
Yeah, one thing about Matt, when we talk on the phone or whatever, and I throw something at him, he usually throws something back at me, but I can't remember the next day what he says.
It's because you got to write it down.
I'm cutting grass at that time. I can't. Then I asked him the other day, "Do you remember what you said?" Nope. Oh shit. Well, it's gone. But sometimes it does stick in there.
Mikey says Gorilla and PvP are scaring Raquel and Mora and Jill on Raquel's Dorks and Digits. Well, I tell you, if you're talking about anti-derivative Jill, that's like the only one of those I can really care about. So I mean, as a YouTuber, so yeah, there. I said it.
To each to his own.
Yep. That's just personal opinion, folks.
Yeah. But yeah, Matt does have great ideas. You just gotta set a tape recorder up or something and try to get it all. I know one guy one time was talking on the phone and telling a bunch of stuff, and he says, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Damn, that sounds good." I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember anything that he told me.
Well,
I'm out there mowing lawns. I don't have a pen and paper.
right.
I do wear a body cam, but you're going to hear the lawnmower go.
Well, no, you know what you need is one of those like personal recorders. Remember the ones with like the micro cassette tapes?
Yeah.
Yeah, get you one of those and just talk into it real quick every time you get an idea or somebody tells you one.
I do that with the body cam.
Well, yeah.
Because the body cam has the same feature.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Have a flash an idea and go, flash an idea. Yeah, sure, okay.
Well, the only difference is like with that little micro recorder, it'll just be the ideas. You don't have to sit there and sort through hours and hours of body cam footage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. Damn body cam will run up. It'll run for a while.
Hey, Matt.
Howdy.
How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I'm tired.
Yeah. I hope the storms didn't beat you up too bad.
Oh, it was a little rough, but we got more coming tonight. Probably here about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm watching it on the radar right now.
Right on.
Or is radar watching you?
Hey, you never know with AI these days.
Father Marquis, where's he? Where's he at?
Scared the shit out of you, to be honest with you. Some advanced they become.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just looking over here on my second screen here.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Mike Sue, hello.
Hey guys.
There he is. How you doing?
Oh, just hanging. How you doing, Matt? Jim?
I'm hanging in there too, just trying to get over some of these damn storms that come through.
We were supposed to get some major rain today. I don't even think we did we, babe? We didn't get a lot of rain.
We got a little like light showers, but they didn't start till 9 o'clock tonight.
Hmm.
Well, that's what's going on right now is light rain for us too.
Yeah.
Outside, 52 degrees Fahrenheit.
And my weather says rainy days ahead. Yeah. Friday afternoon, so let's get more rain.
Yeah, it's 57 here.
So beach.
It's typical end of May weather here in central Michigan. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Suzanne just made us. This is some, uh, iced tea,
oh yeah, the homemade iced tea. Yep.
homemade iced tea. Yeah,
Yep.
good stuff. Yeah,
No, that's all I do. I get some water, put it on the stove till it just comes to a boil where the bubbles start coming up. Then I throw about 4 to 6 tea bags in it, let it sit there and steep for 20-30 minutes, and I pour it into a jug, and I'll put it in the fridge, and fresh brewed
yeah.
iced tea, right?
Oh, yeah. That's just about what you said with her, and she adds just a tiny bit of sugar, not too much.
I'm not
That's our
really
diabetes and everything.
I'm not
so,
really a sugar guy when it comes to my tea or coffee. But
Yeah.
What size jug? A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
A B C D F G H.
Double D.
Well, this mug is actually has a skull on the front of it. These were some Halloween
Oh,
skull glasses they're going to get at a discount.
I barely seen that to you. Held it up. Hold that up again, Mikey.
Right here, it's a skull.
Oh, there now. Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that cool? Yeah,
That looks like a Terminator skull.
it could be. You never know. Start playing
I will not be back.
Yeah.
I will not be back.
I'll be back.
I'm too old for this shit.
Well, isn't that what he said at the end of Salvation? We won't be back, or something like that.
No, he said it. He said it at the end of Dark Fate. I won't be back.
Oh, Dark Fate. Okay.
Dark Fate is when he said that. But he was on a helicopter in Terminator Genesis, and he says, "I'll be back." And she says, "You'll be what?" And he jumps out of the helicopter and goes down and takes out the Terminator who's in the other what do you call it, helicopter or something. It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what, the first one was a pretty good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that came out in '84, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they had Sarah Connor Chronicles there.
Yeah, the TV show. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but
I remember that. Yeah.
That's actually, I think you can find it on streaming services if you look for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how many seasons end up being, but
Well, yeah, the Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles, I believe, lasted 3 seasons.
At 3,
then,
yeah, that sounds right.
And then the finale was really weird. I mean, it was just weird. But apparently, they said that the series led to Terminator Salvation, which brought Christian Bale into the force. So, I guess apparently.
No, which one was it where John Connor at the end of the movie he wound up being a Terminator?
Oh, you mean where he ended up becoming a Terminator?
Yeah, we went through the whole movie thinking he was John Connor, right? And at the end we find out.
Then we found out he was a Terminator. Yeah, that was Genesis. Yeah.
Genesis, okay.
Genesis, yeah. That was the one that had Terminator Salvation, Christian Bale as John Connor, and it had a protector Terminator played by Sam Worthington.
Okay.
Right. That also had Michael Jackson, which is a great.
oh man, that would be scary for that to happen. End up being a Terminator in the long run, and don't even know it.
Well, the thing is, I think he knew, but secretly he was playing John Connor, the human.
Yeah.
And towards the end of the movie, Mikey, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I remember, he was setting it up to go back in time instead of Kyle Reese, I believe, and that's when we found out he was actually a Terminator.
When they found out that they were able to, there was a master Terminator that took him just as Kyle Reese went through the portal
Went
thing.
through went back in time in the first, yep.
Yeah, in Genesis, and he John Connor then got taken, and then he was transformed into his own human Terminator hybrid.
Right,
They were
yeah,
able to do that,
cyborg,
so
cyborg,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay,
That's what happened in Genesis. Yeah,
and then
and I thought that
Salvation.
was good. We all
And-
thought, yeah,
Yeah, no, I was okay with that ending too. I'm like, okay, that's different. Didn't see it coming. I wasn't. I mean, but I was shocked, but I wasn't disappointed either at it. Right? So
yeah, right. But I was
It was-
disappointed when Cameron decided to do Dark Fate. We all know how badly that did. And it was basically James Cameron saying, F you all, and I'm going to go ahead and do my own sequel, because he was given the money. First thing you don't do is you give James Cameron money because he'll know what to do.
Well, I have to disagree because like I was talking about this last night. The last movie I ever seen in the theater was Titanic,
Right.
which is a James Cameron, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about when was the last time we all seen movies in theaters. Mine was Titanic, which was back in '97. So,
yeah, the last thing we saw, Suzanne and I, was a horror movie just came out called Until Dawn, and that was kind of a time travel story because the spirits that were living in the town came about because the town suffered a major mining disaster, big explosion. And Peter Stormare, who's a great actor, I really like him. But he's like the caretaker of this so-called town. We end up finding out, it's haunted, that he is only alive because he's the only human alive because he made a deal basically with the devil of some kind of the spirits, some evil spirit. And somebody has to be sacrificed in order for, the town to continue on. And so his character got tired of it, but then I don't want to ruin it for you guys unless you don't want to see this. But but then of course they find a replacement. So yeah.
right.
It's weird. It's called Until Dawn. It's really a weird movie, but
I'm not really. Yeah, it takes a very special horror flick for me to get interested in it. So.
well,
I mean,
we're gonna go see Friday. Yeah, well, we're gonna go see Friday. I told you we're gonna go see the Final Destination Bloodlines. That looks really good.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other night. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna go see
Matt?
that. Yeah.
What, Matt?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, you was trying to say something, but Mikey just
No, I didn't say,
overrode you.
I didn't say anything.
No.
I was looking at something over here on the computer. My internet's kind of crappy tonight for some reason.
Well, you're coming through good on the stream, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, my phone wouldn't work this morning, the house phone, and I had to call stupid AT&T to come fix it again.
Oh, you use them for a landline or for yourself?
Yeah, my landline, my
Landline.
business line.
Yep.
Called them. Thing been out for a week. Didn't know it.
Oh wow. Yeah, like how much business did you lose if you didn't even know it was out for a week, man?
Who knows?
It was a quiet week.
Now
I'm sure that's what Matt was
said,
thinking until he went to go use it.
Yeah.
Oh, I picked up the phone over there and no dial tone. I said, I wonder how long this been, and I can imagine it probably was called the other day when we had that lightning strike.
Yeah, to do it.
Now, are they still using the copper lines down there, or is yours? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what though? That's actually better than voice over internet protocol, VoIP,
Well,
because
they're going first of the next year. They're forcing it on all of us.
they're forcing it to get rid of the copper lines.
Yep.
That sucks because anytime your power goes out, there goes your phone, unless you got a cell phone. So
I've got a cell phone, but
I'm talking about people like there are so many people in rural America that don't even get cell service. So you get rid of the landlines, the copper lines, those people are screwed. So yeah,
that's what AT&T is trying to do. They're trying to get rid of the copper lines because they don't have to deal with it no more. They're trying to force everybody to go to cell phone, their cell phone internet, cell phones is what they're trying to force everybody to go to.
yeah, they're trying to force it, but they don't want to put the money into investing in the infrastructure to make sure people in the middle of nowhere got good service.
Right down here at the end of the road, there's fiber, okay? But it's never been hooked up. AT&T put it in about 3 years ago.
But they never hooked into it or ran it down or anything.
They never hooked into it because they're saying there's not enough people out here yet. But there's a lot of people out here in this town. But you know, they're the cable company here locally that is a monopoly.
Well, it's either going to be Spectrum or what's it, Comcast or there's another one.
Neither one of them can come in the area.
Oh, really?
Because of one family owns it. That's Beam Cable.
Oh, a local company.
Yes, they own within almost 150-mile radius.
I remember back in the 90s, we had, even in the small towns around here, we had at least 4 or 5 different cable companies. But ever since Charter or Spectrum, whatever you want to call them, came in and Comcast out in the other states, they bought up all these small companies. So it sounds like you got a local company that just refused to sell out to the big guys.
They're not going to sell out the big guys because they own. Hello, Suzanne.
Hey, Suzanne, how you doing?
Hello, Suzanne. What's up?
Hey, Suzanne.
This company owns several small cable companies all the way to Eufaula, Alabama, almost all the way to Montgomery, and back up, and they own quite a bit, and they're a big monopoly. And the bad part about it, the owners of it, their brother is a judge in Phoenix City, Alabama, and he ruled that nobody else can come in Phoenix City, Alabama. No cable companies, nobody. They just have.
Well, okay. Already, there's a problem with that. He should have recused himself from the case because of conflict of interest.
But you know, they're part of the mafia anyway down there. So
part of that good old boy mafia.
Mm-hmm. I know you heard.
You laugh, Mikey, but Matt knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know you probably heard of the Phoenix City story.
The
mafia.
Oh yeah.
Is that the one they spell PHENIX, Phoenix City? Yeah.
Okay. That's part of all of this.
They have a don't they have a militia in that area too?
They did at one time, yeah.
Oh wow.
But it's
what happened? But what happened?
You know that there's a general said he would come across that river and he would blow Phoenix City off the map. If they don't release his soldiers. Because the law enforcement was so crooked back then. The people would end up in the river with cement galoshes in the Chattahoochee.
Suzanne says
That's
she's
how
feeling great.
bad it was.
Suzanne says she's feeling great. The new meds are a miracle. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Suzanne. That's awesome.
Yeah, did you hear that, Suzanne?
Yeah, just I'm gonna tell you one thing: just be thankful every day. At least a lot of that stuff not around anymore. There's several places it was. A lot of those people has died off. So
Well, a lot of that had to do with the Jim Crow type of stuff down there too, though, didn't it?
oh, let's say it was bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Suzanne says, Matt, she's in love with your voice. The drawl just relaxes her completely.
Uh-oh.
He does. He's got that. He's got that southern drawl to him.
Oh, that's just the meds kicking in. Come on.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, I'm
Probably
plus
gonna yell.
tired.
Probably gonna yell.
I've had a long day.
No, you sound like you got that Appalachia. I know you're down south, but kind of like up to the Appalachia kind of, because I was watching a series on that, and that's what it reminds me of.
Hey, way down south.
Oh, there's Daniel. Yeah, I guess he is with us. Hey, Daniel, welcome back.
Yep. You know, a lot of people have different dialects from wherever they're at. We all different. But, just being on YouTube like this, I'm kind of adjusted a little bit with different people. And just trying to watch how I say things, because our lingo's a little different down here than it is in other places.
Right. Yeah, you got your own slang down there. So
Yeah, you can say that. But
well, I say slang. I just mean like ways you got to say and stuff, right? So
yeah, the thing is, a lot of the Northerners say we say drinks and sodas here, and some people other places call them pop.
oh, they trust me. That's the big thing here in Michigan. Everybody up here. Oh, pop, 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 like soda. I'm like the outlier up here. So to me, it's
Get
soda.
your damn hand off my pop, sucker.
Yeah, but see, now here's another thing. You go down south to some places, you say pop, and they give you a Coke, or you say Coke, for any kind of soda that you want.
Yeah. The thing about it, we a lot of us Southern people already learn a lot of the lingo that the Northern people says, and we know how they talk when they get here. They may not understand what we say, but we know what they're talking about. And there's some places it's backside of nowhere in Alabama. You just better be careful what you say and do down there too.
Well, yeah, I think that goes with anywhere, though, really.
Well, that goes with any region. I mean, I was just telling Suzanne, the Jess Spicoli character played by Sean Penn in Fast Times at Ridgemont High back in the early 80s there. And I said, that was me back in the, late 70s after I had moved from California over to Arizona, but I still had the dialect that said like, awesome, groovy, and all this stuff. I used to say that a lot, and then I kind of lost it after I lost the accent or the dialect after I lived in Arizona all those years. So
I
used to be just Spicoli. I never got stoned like he did in the film. But I used to have his like awesome, way to go,
awesome, dude. Yeah, the stoner voice, dude. Yeah,
dude.
I was talking to a lady down at the Moose Club one night, and she said, when I sang like some of the Don Williams songs, she said, "You sound like Don Williams." I know I don't.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, there he is.
That's what I
Hey,
told her.
Daniel.
I don't.
Oh,
Hi.
Hey, well,
it's the
Daniel,
Daniel and Coco show. Woohoo!
Daniel-san,
Mhm.
you
Hmm?
you dealt it. You
Hmm?
dealt it. You
Yeah.
dealt it. You smelt it. You read it.
I'm back, Scott. I'm back. Scotty and Kat were reviewing 007 A View to a Kill, which is the 40th anniversary yesterday or today. Not sure.
It was yesterday,
Yeah.
the 28th. Yeah, May 28th, 1985 is when they premiered A View to a Kill, which was the final James Bond for Roger Moore. It featured Christopher Walken as Zorin. It had who plays Stacy Sutton again? Ah, frack. I just forgot. Damn it. I gotta
That is
remember.
a funny comment, Suzanne, because of what me and Jim were talking
That's
about
what we're
earlier.
saying. Amish look. Yep.
Yep.
It's confirmed.
You
And
want to read that, Mikey?
all Mikey needs now is have the hair for it and have the hat for it.
The black
and
hat.
also
Yeah.
The hat, yeah. Like
Yeah,
like the
that
guy
black hat.
from what was that? What was that movie? Secret Window, I think it was, that had Johnny Depp or
Yeah, Secret Window.
John
Yep.
Turturro. John Turturro, the hat. Yeah, yes,
Mhm.
Yep,
exactly.
Secret Window. Yep.
Secret Window. Yeah, that was crazy.
You want to read that out, Mikey?
Yeah,
there?
sure, Mikey. You've done good with that beard, my friend. You now look like my Amish neighbor.
Yep.
All right, Suzanne. Cool.
Mhm.
Well, we may be relatives. Who knows? Daniel's my buddy. No, picking on Daniel. No, Daniel's cool. I never said anything against Daniel. Daniel's cool. No, we were just saying I could. Dang it!
Thanks,
I could not
Suzanne.
remember who played Stacy Sutton in that one. Oh man, I know Christopher Walken was Zorin though in that. He was the villain. I know that.
Walken.
And then then there was Mayday, played by Grace Jones. Oh, she was great. Yeah.
I love
And
Christopher Walken. He's such a great actor.
yeah. Well, I like I like I like him. And there was who else was in that? Oh yeah, Allison Duty, who played Jenny Flex, and she was in the Indiana Jones movie The Last Crusade with Harrison Ford and Sir Sean Connery. So that was kind of interesting. She got to act with two former Bonds. And like I said, in the Crusade, she worked with Sean Connery. With the View to a Kill, she worked with Roger Moore. So that was unique.
yeah,
Allison
I
Duty.
like Roger Moore and I like Sean Connery. That's the two that I like.
Yeah.
The original.
Well, and I like Timothy Dalton also. I thought Dalton
Yeah.
did a great job. Yeah. And I have to say, I like to a degree Daniel Craig because she's related. I can't go against my
Well-
wife. I can't do that. Not with Daniel
Because
Craig.
you-
But he
if
was
you do,
okay.
Mike,
I like Daniel Craig in a lot of other things, though.
If you do, you might get a frying pan upside the head.
There is a heart-shaped, I kept telling you guys this, there is a heart-shaped miniature cast iron pan she has ready for me if I get too out of control. All she has to do knock me upside down. I told her that. I give her full
Oh.
permission. I go nuts
Next-
and she'll just go boom. That's it.
Next minute you hear a thong, you know what happened.
Yeah, if you see her sneak up behind me and go, and I go, if I go off for a while, you'll know why. So,
when you see her walk up behind you and have that evil eyed look with have it in your head. Mikey, thong.
wow. And Suzanne said he could pass as a twin to my neighbor. Wow, you never know. I've heard of stranger relationships. I've heard of stranger
Kept telling you.
telling you.
I tell you, if there's somebody that looks like me out there, I feel sorry for them.
Well, then, have you ever seen your doppelganger before, Matt or Daniel or Jim or Jay?
I
There's
have a
anybody who
doppelganger?
looks like you?
Me personally, no. My mom said she's seen one, but that was years ago. So
What, you mean like a multiverse variant?
no, just
No, just
somebody
somebody
in
who looks almost exactly like you, Daniel.
yeah, somebody in real life that looks exactly like you, just about. Yeah,
Almost to the T, like exactly your face and everything.
No,
So-
no, I have not.
Only
Well,
my
then
father.
be thankful.
Only my father.
Only your dad. Okay.
No,
Be thankful.
me and Dad looked identical, except I was taller.
let's see. Sedan says, "Sci-fi want to meet my new doctor today. A very
Uh-oh.
handsome youngster. Hello,
Oh,
you go, girl." But he gave me the right meds and said not to lose any more weight. Well, there you go. You better listen to that young man. It sounds like he's got the right idea for you.
That sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, especially if he gave you the right meds.
Well, we're lucky that our Suzanne has a good doctor. She's given her correct meds for her shoulder, her problems with her knees and everything else like that. So that's good. I'm glad she's being taken care of.
The right doctors make all the difference.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And we're not saying all doctors are bad, but sometimes certain doctors are better for certain people. So
Yeah.
Right.
they're just certain doctors care more than others. Is all I gotta say.
A lot of them are just all they care about is the money, and they don't
Yeah,
care about the pay.
Yep, getting that paycheck, especially here in the States, when it's all about how can I make more money instead of providing an actual service, right? So,
Yep.
My old
They
doctor
don't
was
care.
a
They don't care if you're healthy or not. All they want, all that money. That's it. They don't care about you.
Yeah,
Suzanne-
that's it.
Yeah, Suzanne knows a Daniel doppelganger. Wow. Oh, and she even showed Daniel the guy. How about that?
Wow. Cool. Yeah, so Stacy Sutton in A View to a Kill was played by Tanya Roberts. She was the woman that almost ruined the Charlie's Angels franchise coming in the last season on TV. That's why I didn't like her very much. I don't like Tanya Roberts.
I know
She came
there's
out of
another
a paper
person.
bag with holes in it and water. So
There's a guy with my same name. He lives over in not Australia, over UK, and he's a musician. He plays music,
yeah.
and I talk to him every once in a while, and we talk back and forth, and he said if he's ever in the United States, he's gonna come visit me.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
that's your doppelganger, Matt.
No, he don't look nothing like me.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still on that. I'm sorry.
No.
Well, back when I was working with Safeway in Arizona, there was a guy that one of my longtime customers, because I was there for 13 years. One of my longtime customers came through my lane, and she said, "You know what? I just saw you downtown Phoenix, one of our Safeway locations down there." I said, "I've never been to downtown in a very long time." She says, "Well, I swear this guy looks exactly like you, about your height. He's got all your hair, everything else." And I said, "Honestly, I have not been down there. But apparently I have a doppelganger that looks exactly like me, that did the same job I did, but he just wasn't nice. He wasn't a very nice cashier." Because she said, "You're a nicer person than him." And I was like, "That's hard to believe." Yeah.
That could be that parallel universe stuff.
Could be. I don't know. I always thought of myself as a very pleasant, nice person, working as a cashier as I did. But to realize there's a doppelganger that's the polar opposite of me, yeah, that scares me.
Well, it's like how can you be like a total asshat and still be a cashier? I never did understand that. Right? Your number one job is dealing with the public, right? So people come back to the store. So
yeah, and treat them just like you would, yourself.
Well, yeah, you got to figure you're the last person they see before they walk out of that store.
Very last person, yes. Yeah. Unless they're pissed off with you, and then they go talk to the manager.
Yeah, then we just call him Karen.
You
Well,
know,
his
you
name
know,
is-
you know. The thing is, a guy you call a Darren, a woman you call a Karen. The name of the family is Karen and Darren McDarren.
Hi, I'm Karen. This is my brother Darren and my other brother Darren. We can
Yeah,
just do it Newhart style. Why not, right?
yeah.
Suzanne says the funny thing is everyone's looking for opioid these days. Lol.
Opioids.
Got tons of that crap. What I'm looking for is prednisone. Oh, you know what? I get a prednisone shot right in my hip for my because I got it feels like a sciatic nerve. I can feel it all up and down my leg, but it's not the actual nerve. It's just kind of stuff rubbing on each other. So, yeah, because it got inflamed inside my hip. So I just get a prednisone shot. Yeah, I mean, no, prednisone works, especially a shot. It lasts for like 3 months, just one shot. So, and I've had the prednisone pills recently, which I mean, it's a steroid, yes, but you're not gonna get like Hulk Hogan ripped off or nothing like that. It's just gonna take down the inflammation. And then Suzanne says doctors will give me those
Opioids.
those pills that nobody needs, but he's trying to get the steroid. Yeah, the steroids would be a lot better for you, Suzanne. I'm sure the steroids will work a lot better than those addictive things that nobody really needs. So
Yeah, when we found out that when I found out that Suzanne's knees, both her knees, had no cartilage left in them, they're just bone on bone. So she had to get She had to get one of those shots.
the prednisone, yeah, it works wonders. Yeah,
really for does. Each knee, and she was okay. I mean, and she's okay now. I mean, they're working. They are working, but she's still going to have to get them. She's going to have to get the
she's going to have knees. The surgery. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she'll still have to get that done. So.
All right, everybody, I got to go.
Okay, man. Thanks.
Good night, Matt. Take care.
Take care, bud. Thanks for.
Good night, Matt.
Good night, Mikey. Daniel. Good night.
Yeah, you take care of yourself, brother.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat. Good night.
Don't let the Alabama militia come after you, okay?
Lock and load.
Lock and load. That's all you need.
Yep.
And he's got his mini chainsaws right next to him.
Oh, cool.
We
could go all Jason Voorhees on him.
Be Friday the 13th all over.
Yeah.
No.
You want to know the funny thing? My name's Jason, and my sister was born on Friday the 13th. So, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Yeah.
be the I don't know what it'll end up being, but I ain't worried about it. But it'd be more like ground up beef.
Hey, all you need is a wood chipper and a hog farm.
Yep.
Oh God, that's pretty bad. There was a movie I seen that had something like that in it, but I can't remember what movie. They took this guy and they just dumped him in it, and he just ended up in a mess.
Yep.
Yeah, and Suzanne said goodnight to you, Matt, and she said it's good to know about the shot, and she'll ask for it. No, it dries the lungs so I can breathe. Plus, it helps me move around better. Right now, I only have a 5-day supply. Oh, you probably need to get more than 5 days, though, Suzanne, if you want to feel a little bit better. I'm glad you feel good now, but you probably want to get another, maybe a 10-day supply or some more.
Yeah, or at least get a shot that's going to stay in your system for a while. So
sure, yeah.
But yeah, that prednisone, I've had that. That works wonders. It really does.
Yeah. So
my family.
Superman just got a new superpower. In the comics, he got a new superpower.
Who did?
Superman.
Oh, what did you get?
Oh, check it out. I posted it here.
Oh, okay.
No, you didn't.
No, in the private chat.
Private chat.
Oh, private chat.
Probably a bionic pecker.
Lex Luthor, you're screwed, huh?
I can go 60 seconds in 60 seconds.
Now, I'm curious if they,
No. Oh, hell no. Nope. Nope. I'm not down with that. No. That just ruined that. If they go public with that, that ruins the character for me. No, thank you. They're basically going to say he's invincible. No, fuck off.
Yep.
Oh, they won't give her more, Mike. It's only prednisone, though. Why not? It's not like you're out there powerlifting trying to get like 24-inch biceps.
Not like she's running down the street to get PvP.
Hey, she might do that if he showed up.
The bionic Suzanne.
We have the technology. We can rebuild her.
Yep. Got her bionic eye going. I see that Sam sucker. I gotta go get him.
yeah.
I could just see it now. She's got her homemade eggnog in her hands.
Oh, no.
PvP.
I can see that too. That might be a good fan film to make, almost like a horror one.
Yeah, we could do something like that.
So what would happen, Jay, if they like after this reboot with James Gunn and Superman, if it succeeds, do you think they would add this brand new superpower to him?
I
say
hope.
in a sequel?
I hope not. That's going to ruin it. I mean, the guy would be so OP, it's not even funny. And you're going to take away the one thing that can, that's been around for 70, 80 years or more. No, I mean, come on. That's, yeah, no, it's no. Okay, we always talk about people ruining things. That is something that will truly ruin that franchise.
I think it will.
He got exposed.
If you just make him, if you just make him unstoppable completely, and he has no weakness, oh yeah, you might as well make him the greatest, and and that's pretty much it. And then, yeah.
Suzanne's agreeing with the chasing them down with the eggnog.
Yeah, you're right.
They're worried because it makes your bones brittle. Oh, I didn't know that. But then again, I had inflammation, like fluid buildup, pressing, and it makes it feel like my sciatic nerve when it's not. So, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, your situation is, obviously different than mine, but, I mean, maybe, it's not like you don't drink milk or could take calcium supplements, right? So, I mean, I get that, right? But osteoporosis is bad for bones too, and old people get that all the time. So,
yippers.
Yippers should chase him down for sure. Yes, we know you got a crush on him, girl. That's okay.
Yep, you enjoy the talks. That's fine.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. I think. If you and PvP got together, that would be like one of the most epic get-togethers I ever seen in my adult life. It really would, because you guys, Suzanne, I've talked to you. I like to think I know your personality. I've known PvP a lot longer, obviously, and I know his personality through YouTube. And you guys, you're both really genuine, and I think you guys would be, pretty good for each other. So, and I hope you guys do get to meet, eventually, and see if you hit it off in real life. I really do.
Well, I mean, that's how Suzanne and I met all those years ago. We met online through Facebook. That's when I first started Facebook, way back on March 1st of 2010. That's where I met this lady online, the first day I started Facebook.
Don't point at me when you say that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was pointing back here to her.
No, your thumb was pointing at me.
Oh, no. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
We have
Weird
no
how the
idea.
camera is, like, you know.
We have
Weird.
no idea where that thumb's been lately.
Yeah, I hear you. Give me pills to remove the water. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You know, you got water pills, and then you got your prednisone removes the extra fluid that causes the inflammation, which is why I had it.
The phlegm and stuff, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Suzanne says they started her on a heart pill today. Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe he wants to see how the heart med is doing. Oh, you and PvP talk on the phone. That's good. That's awesome. Good. I'm happy for that. Yes.
I hope that you and PvP get together, Suzanne.
I do
you two
too.
would be like a really cool couple. I think they would be great for each other.
I do too. I remember when you first started crushing on him, we all kind of made fun, whatever, haha. That's just what we do, right? But you've made it known, and PvP obviously knows, and so I really hope, honestly, you guys wind up getting together. I think you two would be a great couple. Just from what I know,
the connection is definitely there. I've known in the last two years that just listening to them banter between each other, that there's definitely a connection there. You see it, you hear it. So,
yep.
Yeah.
It reminds me of me and Nikki. It really does. Or Mikey and his Suzanne.
Right.
Yeah. It really does.
So I was trying to point over here without pointing at you. Or Daniel. Maybe I was going that way.
Oh, just be careful you don't look at it, Mikey.
Yeah, right. Oh, man.
He might have another story to tell.
Yeah. Another one, for sure.
I like the first one or the second one.
Yeah.
Well,
So, Daniel, what's your opinion? Do you think that if, since Superman's obviously going to get this power, you think it's just going to ruin the whole dimension of Superman, or
I think it's cool.
realizing that if he's unstoppable, then what do you do?
I think it's cool. They just gave him a new superpower. He's stronger, and he's all golden, and kryptonite doesn't affect him. I'm pretty sure magic can still affect him.
But I'm saying, like, when I was going to mention that when Avengers Secret Wars eventually, I think you and I said sometime between, what was it, 2028 or between 2028 and 2030, right? Sometime around that time.
That's good. That's
So,
good, because then they're gonna have to release Spider-Man No Way Home in 2031 or 2032, and then Shang-Chi and the Legends of or Shang-Chi and the Wreckage of Time comes out after that, and then Doctor Strange 3 sometime after that, and then finally Secret Wars. So Secret Wars could be in 2036.
Oh, 2036. Okay.
Hey guys, real quick, I gotta restart my Chrome browser. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay. And Suzanne says, just good friends.
Maybe not.
I'm not healthy enough today to get together with anyone yet. That's all right, Suzanne. Give it time. Yeah.
Resistance is futile.
I can tell from that avatar. I don't know, Jim. You don't look like a good board. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm just saying that you just don't look like a board to me. Even though you got all the equipment on your face and everything.
Do you think there's going to be more You think there's going to be more government shutdowns and pandemics in the future?
Well, you know what? Let's ask Jim that first. So, what do you think, Jim? Some more
Anything's
pandemics?
possible.
What do you think?
Like I said, third time, anything's possible.
I guess that would kind of be my answer too, Daniel. It's hard to say because, we still don't know what Trump's going to do in the next, 3.5 years.
Yeah, I heard
We have
that.
no idea yet.
I heard that his tariffs are really screwing things up.
Oh yeah, well, his tariffs are destroying the world. The economies are suffering because of that, and a lot of them are pissed off, and they're going to paint a bullseye on him sometime. So if they haven't already. So, I don't know. I'm afraid for him. I'm afraid for his life. I don't know what's going to happen to him. I'm just saying, you two overlords, I'm showing genuine concern. I'm not hinting at anything. So,
Yeah, and food prices have gone up. Everything's gone up,
Well, somebody else coming up? I saw the red alert. Welcome back there, Jay.
Yeah, I just didn't know how you went from this to what you were talking about. So,
in
like less than 30 seconds. I'm like, what? How'd that change so fast?
It wasn't easy.
So Daniel, did you see the speech that King Charles III gave?
No, I didn't. What was it about?
Well, he basically told Trump, F you, and you're not going to make it to the 51st state. He basically said that in his royal parlance in his speech. And he was siding with Mark Carney, who also says that they don't want a 51st state of the Union to be Canada. So
wow,
they're basically telling Trump, go Trump, go dump yourself in a pool of acid or some shit, and it's not going to happen.
Then we have William Shatner saying, "Oh, maybe America should become like another province of Canada."
Now that I can get behind.
I can get behind that.
Hell yeah!
I absolutely could.
Start with Michigan, please.
Yes. Yeah, we could definitely start with you because you're closest, right? You're closest to the border and everything.
Well, yeah, we're one of the states that shares your southern border. Plus, we have the Detroit-Windsor Bridge right there, right? So, and the Niagara area, right? So,
right.
Well, Niagara is more New York, but yeah, I mean,
so you
still.
So you see, we could make Northern Michigan a province. But then we'd have to do the same thing for Gorilla with him in Minnesota.
Minnesota. Oh, Minnesota A.
Oh, Minnesota A.
Minnesota A.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You know what? My missus, that's like every other sentence out of her mouth is, I'm sorry. That's just, she's always been that way her whole life. It's like she's a natural born Canadian, even though she's from Pennsylvania. So,
is she Pennsylvania Dutch?
Well, yeah.
I think you told me that before.
Yeah, part of my ancestors are too. So,
Pennsylvania Dutch, yeah. Mm-hmm. So this doesn't give you any creeps if I'm wearing the beard like this, right?
No, you're just like an old man to me. So yeah. Whatever.
Oh, okay. because we had on the Amish neighbor from probably the escapee from Pennsylvania with this beard. Yeah.
I mean, we got so many guys walking around with long beards now. It's like, are you doing it because you think it's cool, or do you actually? Yeah, I mean, anymore though. Here's my thing on that, right? Anymore, it's like guys are just doing it because they think it's cool. And now, granted, some women do like that, but most women I'm seeing now are like, get rid of that fucking bush off of your. Yeah, get rid of that rat's nest under your chin.
I think that maybe intentionally or unintentionally, I do piss off some of these Muslim guys. They wear the turban and they got the big beard underneath. And I think I'm being like some kind of weird whitey crossbreed, that's got this kind of beard that they naturally have for themselves with their turbans and things. I think I'm pissing them off.
You know what I'd
Well,
love
that
to do?
wasn't my intention, but
You know what I'd love to do sometime is take some Amish people from the middle of nowhere, middle of Michigan, take them into the big cities where those guys are that have the little bodegas with their turbans and the long ass beards,
mhm.
and take those Amish guys in there with their long ass beards and be like, yo,
Yo.
Yo,
That would be insane.
wouldn't it though?
How would they be able to compare each other? They'd be like, terrible witty.
Yeah, no. All I'd do is stand back and be like, okay, now let's see whose is longer. Hey, there you go, Daniel. No, I didn't mean it that way either.
that sounds like a personal problem.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mine's longer than yours, but thicker. No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get into a contest of can I say this on a stream?
Well, I meant the beards, Mikey. I don't know what you're thinking of.
Oh, I know. I was thinking something else. Funny as hell. I'll never compare myself to a Middle Eastern Muslim.
Oh, geez,
No way. No way. You're sadistic. I can't compare myself to you.
Back to the Wang joke again.
Yeah. Well, Gorilla, he likes to get into sexual connotations like that.
Yep.
PvP is a master.
I'll make jokes here and there, but whatever y'all do with it, that's on you. So.
Yeah, right. That is on us. Yeah.
PvP is a horn bug.
I mean, I was talking about comparing beards, and Mikey's over there talking about comparing something else. So, I
know. His mind wanders. My dog just snored.
Yes, I literally thought that was Daniel last night till I seen he was muted.
I got one girl dog here. She'll snore up a storm, loud too.
Yeah, and I was about ready to tell Daniel something, but then I wait, he's already muted.
Yeah.
And then you said your dog was snoring. I'm like, oh well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, Daniel. How long did you say you've had Coco now?
Well, he's 7.
7. Okay. So for the last 7 years, okay.
Oh yeah, because you got Coco after I got Brownie, and then I got Bella a year later. So yeah, and they're brother and sister from the same litter. So, and we took Bella in because Grandma Pat, the lady that gave us Brownie, said that the people that had Bella were mistreating her. And I said, well, the only way I can take Bella is if she's already fixed, because I never took Brownie to the vet to get his nuts cut off, I just, so, yeah, so Brownie is still a full, he can do whatever he's got to do, but Bella, fortunately, is fixed, so we don't have to worry about that. So the last thing I need in this apartment is a bunch of little, inbred puppies running around. She's like, no, Bella's all fixed. She ain't got to worry about it. I'm like, okay, cool.
Don't snip my balls.
Yeah, well, when we first moved back here to Canada, we got Moon Pie a couple months after we moved back from a litter, and the mother and we could have kept them too, but it was just too much. So we decided to keep the cutest one, which was Moon Pie. So we let the others, go to the Toronto Humane Society, and then we adopted 4 years later. We adopted Deja Vu because she came from 5 different families, and each family only kept Deja for like a week. And over a period of time, and she had to live with dogs and other animals, and it was too much for her, and she couldn't take it. And
Stressing
finally,
her
she
out.
came
Yeah,
to
yeah.
us. Yeah, they pushing her around and everything. So after the fifth family, which by the way, no surprise, was a Middle Eastern family, they said, "Here, you want to take Deja Vu? You can have her." And then we did. We adopted her, took her, and we haven't looked back since. We love Deja Vu, but we didn't realize that she eats a lot. She is a crossbreed between Black Persian and a Mancoon. The Mancoon cats are huge. I mean,
she's a Garfield basically.
yeah. Oh well, Garfield in a black fur.
In a black fur, yeah.
Exactly.
She hates Mondays and loves food. Yeah.
Exactly. And this girl over here is always thin. Moon Pie we found out, is a crossbreed of both Black Persian and Abyssinian. And you know how flat they are, those Egyptian cats. So that is exactly like her. Yeah, she's a very thin cat. So, yeah, so we have our Abbott and Costello, our Laurel and Hardy of cats. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's okay. We love them, though.
No, never
Both
mind.
equally.
You missed it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Third base.
Short and one big, one obese and one, thin.
Something Jim was telling me not to do earlier.
What's that?
Who's on third?
Oh, God.
Start that
I don't know. Third base.
I don't know. Third base.
I even told you the other night, assholes in a bleacher go, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I remember doing a whole webcam stream on who's on first. That was still, that is still one of my more popular webcam videos I did. I know I feel bad I didn't get a chance to do it with you, Jay, but when I did it, I actually have had more than 20 likes on it. So that was one of my more popular was talking about that, because I guess a lot of people weren't aware of the background history of who's on first, because it goes back a long way, not just with Abbott and Costello, but beyond that.
Really? It goes back farther than that? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it goes a little bit back further. Yes.
Well, now we're going to have to try to do this, man. You know this, right?
I know we have to do this sometime. Yeah, we got to come up with it. Best way to do it is there's an entire online which has the exact dialogue which was said back when they did that radio show with it, and it has every single line there. So we'll have to do that one of these days, and take the rules. Now,
we're gonna.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, if we do, we're gonna have to practice it where we're not on screen, but you can still hear us as we're reading the lines out until we get comfortable enough to do it like where we're both on screen. So
that's true. Yeah, that is something we'll have to work on. But my question to you is: are you going to be the straight man Bud Abbott, or do you want me to be, or do you want to be Luke Costello, or just the opposite?
I mean, I don't know. I could do Costello, but I think you got more of the Costello.
The more of the straight man, Say.
No. Who's the short? Who's the short dude?
That was Bud Abbott.
Okay, the short guy saying, "I don't know," and stuff like that. Yeah.
That would be you then. That would be you, Jay. I'd have to play Costello then.
You'd have to play the. Okay, so we're gonna trade roles here. You're gonna be the tall guy. I'm gonna be the short guy.
Right.
And I'm just playing because I don't know how tall you are.
Because he collects his checks. Yeah, gets every penny of it. Every penny of it. Oh man. There is a lot. Yeah, there is a lot there. To this day, I still think it's hilarious that it took a card game for them to come up based on the who's on first, which made them realize there's nobody in right field. So they ended up calling him Nobody.
Nobody. Yeah. Who's in right field? Nobody.
Nobody. That's his name? Yeah, Nobody. I thought he had a name. No, he's nobody. He plays right field. Yeah, that's just something added. We could add to that too. You know,
Oh yeah.
kind of clarify everybody.
No, we're definitely gonna. You still got me on Facebook, right?
I'll need to revise on that. Yeah, Jason, I will.
Yeah,
But I know your whole name. I don't want to reveal it here.
Yeah. No, not here. No, but
yeah, but I will. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's definitely let's work on that. Yeah, I think that'll be fun.
That will be fun. Yeah, we'll work on that. So let's see if we remember. Let's see who's on first. What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
I don't know who's on
third. I don't give a damn. Is shortstop.
Shortstop.
Today is pitching. Tomorrow is catching. Nobody in right. Y is in left field because
because I don't know third base.
And I don't give a damn. So shortstop. Or they said, well, they didn't say damn. They said I don't give a darn. But yeah.
Yeah, well, we can modify it for modern audiences.
We can change up things.
They were on national, radio back then, and the standards were a little stricter back then. So
yeah, we don't have such restrictions.
I don't give a darn, but imagine saying that I don't give a damn. Yeah, we'll go full stop on it. I don't give a damn. Yep.
Yeah, I was just saying shush, you two overlords. Nuts. They have such double standards, man.
They do. They really do. Even between big channels and little channels, the standard is, the double standard is obvious. So obvious.
I don't know what it is that they do. I gotta say something about Gorilla here, which is not offensive. It's actually sad. But I do remember that there are a few things I wanted obviously restricted, the bad C word for women, things like that. But Gorilla says that when he goes on my streams, my live streams, every single time he comes on my live stream, he gets knocked out, because he said something wrong. And it's not me, it's the YouTube monitors and
the overlords.
Going on. The overlords, yes, thank you. And they're the ones that knock him, and he says, "Oh, hey, what up?" And I just got censored. And I said, Gorilla, it's not me. Okay? I know what words I put in there that were, should be restricted.
Yeah, because you do it in your studio. You can say certain words, but you can't say this word, this word, this word, this word, that word.
And that word. Yeah.
And you can customize it what people can say, right? So
Right. Yeah. Because you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear certain words, that can offend people, And all he's saying is
or certain demographics or whatever, right?
Or certain demographics, yeah. And he's just offended, he feels offended because he says that every time he tries to say something, they block him, they censor him. I said, well, Gorilla, that's something you need to take up with YouTube. It's not me. You need to dispute it with them. He says, but it's on your channel. I said, well, no, they're monitoring my channel. So when they see something that doesn't fit the profile or is wrong,
or what's normally on your channel, they see an outlier, they're going to be like, oh, yeah.
Well, what was it? What just happened tonight? Oh, so I'm over there at Raquel's Dorks and Divas channel, and I'm a standard mod, so I can, I'm allowed to at least, put some or to block a word or something will come up and warn me. And DJ Play Nice, I know he's a great guy, so this is nothing against him. But he said something there, and it immediately YouTube is telling me, should you show this or should you hide this?
Yeah. Do you want to show this comment or not? Yeah.
Was offensive. And it was offensive because, it's the lady's show, it's Raquel's show. And I think she would have got struck if that word had stayed. But I won't say what the word was. And like I said, I don't blame, DJ for that. So I hid it. But I did let Raquel know in the chat that there was a word that might have had you taken down. And she says, well, no, we're okay here. I said, I know, but she said, thank you. So I was like, okay, at least I feel like I was doing my job anyway.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. You know, even though the channels have moderators, like I make all my friends moderators, just in case. You know, I don't know who's going to be in the chat from one day to the next, right? So
Right.
I want to make everybody that I know that are friends of the channel moderators. So if somebody I don't know comes in and one of y'all are on and you see it in the chat, you can catch it.
Yes.
Because it'll be grayed out and you're going to say, do you want to let this go through or do you not? Right?
Right.
So, I mean, I'm going to see it regardless because I'm the channel owner. So, but the thing is, it's going to say, do you want it to go public or not on your channel? And if somebody lets it through, then guess what? That's my butt on the line if that goes through in the public chat. So,
yes, correct.
So that's why I have people say, why you got so many moderators? Well, there's a reason for that. You know, I got screwed with in the past, and I'd rather have people I know and trust as my moderators.
Well, that's what I've done so far. That's what I've done so far with our channel, Mike is for, is I've made everybody that I sincerely trust. Well, these are people that I know from other friendships, like, you know, my friend Larry from Beer City.
Yeah, Larry. Yeah.
Yeah, he has some good friends there. He has some good content, and he has some good moderators. And some of those people, I do remember them from previous chats that Larry has done. So I go ahead and I tell them, honestly, I say, look, just come here a couple times. And I know you're a good friend of Larry, and I've known Larry for a very long time. I said, if you continue to give us some support to our channel, I'll make you a standard mod. I have no problem with that. I have no issue with that. I would do that, and I've done that with a lot of people. In fact, we have 200 and right now we have 256 subscribers, family members, I call them, to our channel, and I believe every one of them is a standard mod. So,
you know, I was just going to ask you if I'm unblocked, but that was my other channel. I think I resubbed you though with this channel.
Okay, so, that's good. Yeah, no, I got you unblocked.
So
don't worry about that.
I know this account's not blocked because I haven't chatted over there yet. So
no. We talked in private about other things.
Yep. So okay, yeah.
We're good. No, we're good. Don't worry about it. We're fine. Yeah. Well, you know, I was just talking to someone about you know, I don't know if I should mention him. I'll just say one time, Tony, okay? And Tony Stark. And you know what was really appalling was saying that he had me choose between you and Daniel. And he said if I'm no longer friends with you guys, he's going to help me. He's going to do all this stuff. The man can't even keep his job. He lost his job, lost his place where he lives. So, you know, really, I don't think I have to trust him at all. So, you know,
that's not much of a
there's that connection. You know,
that's not much of a choice then.
No,
just saying.
No. I told him that I basically told him to F himself because he's telling me to choose friends over, you know, over help, and I'm like, no, you never asked me to choose my friends over anything. Never do that. You might as well be dead to me, you know. He is.
I mean, I gotta hand it to him though when he's online and he's doing a show. I gotta give him credit for his I don't want to say personality, but the pizzazz that he brings through on his show. You know what I mean?
Well, when he's not a drunken bastard.
Right. That's the thing. And I remember when he went on the whole sober thing, that lasted what, a week?
A week. Less than a week. Less than 4 days.
Yeah.
I know this because I was there when I was there for one chat when he was completely sober after a couple of days, and he was sounding fine and no problem. But as soon as like day 4, day 5, he just went off the rails again. And man, yeah. And the first thing he was drinking was bourbon. We said, "I thought you stopped," and he just no. He just showed himself online and drinking bourbon. And I was like, I never forgot that. So I was like, okay, that's all right. That's up to you. So
Yeah, it's just sad to see people.
yeah,
I mean, now granted, I'm not an angel. I did that in the past. You know what? But I learned from my mistakes. So and I'm trying to do better. And did I lose?
I think you're doing fine. I think you're doing great. I think you're doing better.
Did I lose some online friends over it? Yeah, but you know what? I'm doing the best I can right now, and
yeah,
it's. I think I'm doing a hell of a lot better than I was a few years ago, or even a couple years ago. So
sure, yeah.
And the thing is, it's okay to have a drink here and there. You just got to watch yourself, right? Just be mindful. Moderation. Yeah. Don't be a stupid ass drunk on stream. Trust me, I've done it. It's not worth it. Okay.
Well, besides that, it kills your liver.
Oh, that's if you do it all day, every day, which I don't.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, it's very damaging to your health. I'm glad that Suzanne got me to stop. I was a drinker from when I was 17 all the way till about when was it? Yeah, up until 2015. So I'm 60 now. So just 44. Yeah, I was just about to turn 45 in 2015 or
and I just want to say this.
I was just about to turn 50, so I stopped. Yeah.
I just want to say this for anybody that might watch this in the future and happens to see this part of the show. It's okay to have a few drinks here and there, right? Nobody's saying you can't. But like Mikey said, moderation is key, right? Because nobody wants to see you be a drunken fool or a drunken idiot live on air or on a stream that's going to be around forever, because once it's on the internet, guess what? It's out there.
It's there forever.
So
yeah. And you don't want to be a drunkard too, for one other reason, because friends will treat you differently, and some of them will be very condescending, and you may not, if you're in a drunken stupor, they may not,
you might not realize it at the time.
You might not realize it right all the time of what's going on. True. So,
and I've been fortunate, in the past I was that guy, but you know what? I was fortunate. Did I lose friends? Yes, but you know what? I had people stick around. Jim is one of the guys that stuck around. Mikey is one of the guys that's stuck around. Daniel's one of the guys that stuck around. So you know what? I thank these guys for that. Plus, and I gotta shout out Rebellious Pastry for putting me in my place behind the scenes, because I'll tell you what, if they wouldn't have, I'd be in a lot worse place than I am now. So I gotta give my shout outs, my props to Rebellious Pastry for that. So
also Matt too.
And Matt, yes. And Matt, yes.
Don't forget Matt. Oh, don't forget Matt.
No, I will not forget Matt.
Matt's there. Matt is there.
Matt, between Matt and Rebellious Pastry, that was like a cyber kick in the pants, literally. So,
did LTG help you at all through that transition too, Jay?
Yes, it did.
Maybe to a small extent.
I can. I would say he did to a point. Yes. He okay. So I had you know Rebellious Pastry, right? So
yeah, I know Rebellious.
Yep. Yeah. So I had them telling me straight up like it is. I had Matt telling me straight up like it is, and I had LDG, and he said he was the one that sat me down man to man, backstage, and said, "Look, bud, we understand we all got problems, whatever, but if you keep going the way you're going, he's the one that sat down and had a talk after I got a Riemann from the other two. So, so yeah, I will give LDG credit. Yes, absolutely.
Well, the thing that
And-
I've always
And
said,
Mikey, you did to a point as well, because I know I wronged you in the past, and you had it in your heart to, after I changed and you seen I was true with how I'm trying to be better, so better myself. And so that's why you're up here, right? You wouldn't come around to channel it if you didn't think I had, right? So
right. I'm here for you. Don't worry. You know that, Jay.
I got you.
We're both here for you.
And I never had any malice towards anybody, obviously, but sometimes when you get that way, you just don't realize what you do to other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we kind of we split the prayers between us. I take care of you. I take care of you, Jay, and she takes care of Nikki. So that's where that goes. She's allowed to. She's a minister. She says, "Here, Mikey, you take care of that, and then I'll take care of that." And
well, we appreciate it. And when you take care of that Facebook thing, make sure you message me. I took Nikki and got her haircut today down at the barber shop. I want to send you some pics of her.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
I
will take care of that this weekend for sure.
I'll try to get some pictures of her from before she got real sick, and then I'll I want to show you the pictures of we got her hair trimmed today at the barber's, which is really cool. So,
very cool. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I love taking her out and getting her out of the house. It's just hard because we're on the second floor, but I like to take her out when the weather's nice and let her get fresh air, and take her over to my store and just look around. And it's just so great to see her. And she looked at me. She said, "Can I get some snacks?" Of course you can, baby. Of course you can. And she got some cheddar crackers and some Pop-Tarts. I'm like, all right, yeah. And so
I always ask Suzanne for snacks every once in a while. When we can afford, she gets very good snacks. Well, we just got ourselves I think I might have mentioned this once or twice. We got ourselves a brand new popcorn hot popcorn popper machine. And it was actually available on discount. I think it was through Walmart. And it's the best thing we ever got.
Is that the one that looks like the little like the popcorn cart thing that like you pour the butter in and then the seeds, or is it air popper?
No, it's an air popper.
Okay. Yep. My aunt had one of those back in the 80s. I remember those well.
Well, they're popular again, I guess, because we just got ours, and she makes popcorn every once in a while, and she uses salt-free, fat-free butter for. It still tastes like regular butter.
Hey, yeah, whatever you got to use, right? So.
Right. Yeah. And as I've always said about Suzanne, she saved my life. I can't thank her enough. First she got me to stop drinking, and then my parents helped out with that. So the three of them, I owe my life to stopping drinking. And then when I moved up here, for the ultimate time moving here.
Yep.
That's when I found out that I had type 2 diabetes. My doctor's down there, even when I was working for Safeway and I had a medical plan, nobody would even give me the time of day when I asked them, well, why am I so sluggish? Why am I, moving around like I'm a slug or something,
Yeah, because you know your own body, right? Hey, this don't
I know my body,
right?
and I know, right. I know my own body, and I know that I was very overly tired. I got very cranky. I got very upset. I don't normally do that because I don't like doing that when I'm at work, dealing with the public. I've worked customer service, for 35 years of my life up to that.
Oh, hell, that'll make anybody cranky. Oh.
Depends on the people you come across.
I'm kidding, but
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so when I came up here to move here, and it was just by accident. They had some paramedic personnel that were coming to do some health checks on some people that actually in this building are probably near death, or they're just
just not that well off. Yeah.
Just not that well off. And it was a basic examination for everybody, and I went and got examined and whatever. And then I find out from them I have type 2 diabetes. They were able to determine just in a few tests that they gave me.
Just from
And
a
I mean, these
couple,
are accurate
from a
tests.
blood test and another
From
test,
a blood
probably.
test and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to a doctor. The doctor told me the same thing. And he prescribed me some medicine. I took that for a while. I think I believe I'm doing okay for now. I am aware that it's hard for diabetes to get rid of it, but my mother also said that if you are able to move about a little bit,
Yeah,
walk
you
around,
gotta stay active. Yeah, you gotta get up, you gotta move around, you gotta
exactly,
basic stuff. Yeah.
basic things. Well, my mother used to be a nurse, so
Oh, so did my
if you don't trust your mom, who can you trust?
well, my grandma, rest her soul, was an RN. So
Yeah, though there you go.
yeah.
Yeah, and I heard the same thing from my great aunt Pat. She was up until last year, she was a registered nurse, and she was the head of her own department.
Yep. So was my grandma. Yep. She ran.
Very cool.
She ran
Yeah.
all the nurses at the local hospital. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah.
well,
Aunt Pat was
what I mean by that is she was the head of the whole nursing department.
the whole right.
Yeah, but yeah, and she would still go in with the doctors and all that good stuff, right? But she was
she
the head
actually-
nurse. Yeah, she was the head nurse at the hospital. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what Aunt Pat was. She was head nurse. She allowed the other nurses under her. I think they made her. All her fellow nurses under her made her like a grand nurse. That she knew how to take care of people and prescribe the right diets and everything else like that.
Yeah, that's why my grandma was. She had been at that hospital for 30, almost 40 years before she retired. So yeah.
Yeah.
You get somebody that's been around that long in the same small town, they come to trust people, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I know Pat was she worked in downtown Scottsdale, Arizona. It was called the Scottsdale Osborne Hospital. And she was there for at least over 40 years. So yeah. She did a lot there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then some of her daughters got into medicine. In fact, Linda, one of her older daughters, is a full Army nurse, like head nurse.
Oh, Army nurse. Oh, so yeah, okay.
Yeah. And her son Jerome became a fully deputized firefighter. He's a fire chief. He owns his own firehouse and everything in the district. Let's see, who else? Barbara is going to be become a nurse. Our niece Kayla, is going to be a full-fledged nurse. So she's in a nursing program, and our nephew Joseph is ambulatory. He is a co-supervisor of ambulatory services for one of the hospitals down there in Scottsdale called Scottsdale. What was it called? It was North Scottsdale branch of the hospital. It's by another name now. Banner Health, I believe, owns it. So he is the transporter, the head transporter of the ambulatory services. He has some people that work with him. So yeah, he gets to lift the heavy patients and all these other things. Yeah,
the ambulatory. Yeah, you gotta really be on your game for that.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, sneezes. Oh. We had a rain around 9 o'clock tonight. Now it's starting to cool off a little bit.
We still have light rain falling outside right now. Yeah, 53 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's still 56 here. Yeah, we're not far off.
Yeah. See, now I don't believe in all that metric bullshit. Celsius, what the hell? I learned mathematics at school, but you can't.
So you're still hooked on the imperial system like the US. Okay.
I still am. I still go by the Fahrenheit and yeah.
The funny thing is the UK, they use some metrics system, but they still use imperial system too. So
Sometimes, yeah, they do
it's
mix.
like they use a dual system over there. So
Yeah,
like
they do.
I'll be talking to some people in the UK. They use Celsius. Other people are using Fahrenheit. It's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
a mixed system. We use both. I'm like,
Well, that's what our friend Lisa. We made a brand new friend, Lisa, who comes from Suffolk, England, lives
oh,
with her father
Suffolk. Yeah,
there.
yeah, okay.
Suffolk, yeah, and she is a world traveler. She gets around. I call her a world videographer, and her second home is Toronto. I
Oh,
think she has a
cool.
boyfriend that lives in this area somewhere. Uh, I'm not going to say his name though, but anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. But she says her second home is Toronto, and Suzanne and I were blessed to meet her twice, and hang out with her, and she actually paid for lunch for us, and that she didn't have to do that, but she did out of
Oh,
the
that
kindness
was
of her heart.
that was super nice right there.
Yeah,
That's
very nice.
yeah.
Yeah, well, because we live on a bit limited budget, so we don't have a lot of money towards the middle of the months or anything. So, that was really nice for her to do that, and yeah, so we talked stuff, and that was the question I asked her. I said, well, do you hate me for following Fahrenheit and all this stuff and miles per hour and the spelling, like labor, favor, all of that has a UR instead of the way it's supposed to be spelled? She starts giggling and laughing at me, and she's, Mikey, she says, we got a mixed system. And some of us, even I, she says, even I do the Fahrenheit, or I do all this, I don't even barely do any metrics. So I was like, oh, okay, that's good. I was like, I didn't feel so bad. Somebody from
Yeah.
England didn't follow that metric system. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. So I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed that. That's good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm still working on the. I realized I did a dumb thing. I let my American passport, uh, unknowingly, I let it expire.
Oh
So,
no.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
were telling me the other night you wanted to make sure you had your American one and your Canadian
right.
one right because of
Yes,
your citizenship over there.
because of the citizenship, right? Yeah, and there was this really nice lady. She works for what they call Service Ontario, which helps local residents to achieve their IDs and things like that. And she said, "Well, you gotta go and renew. Go to the consulate or whatever the local here in Toronto is, and get your which is actually called Service Canada. So we have to go to Service Canada and get my American passport renewed, and
Oh,
then
okay. Go through them to renew it. Yeah.
I have to renew that first. Then I have to go and get my Canadian passport through
Oh,
after I get the American one restored. And
oh,
then
oh, I thought you had your Canadian one. I thought
no,
you
I
just
didn't
had
have it
a.
yet. In order to get it, I have to have either a current American passport. I have a driver's license which is still valid in the United States. It just doesn't have the right address, but it's still a valid
So
form of
you got to go
ID.
all the way back to the county where it was issued. Update your address. Yeah. So
Yeah, so
well,
well, I just have to go to
actually,
Service
no.
Canada.
Actually, I tell you how that works. At least in Michigan, if you need to
Yeah.
update your state ID or your driver's license in the state of Michigan, we have we go through the Secretary of State. I don't know if Arizona would use the DMV over there or Secretary of State.
Well, I don't need to go through DMV. What the
Well,
lady
either way,
explained to me, I just have
just
to go through, yeah,
right. Either
Service
way, they
Canada.
do the same thing. But you can go to any branch in any county in the state of Michigan, no matter where you live in Michigan, and
Cool.
update the address on the back of your state ID or your driver's license.
Right,
Right,
which is
and
still valid.
and they don't charge you for it. So
Yeah.
they're
No, I mean, I could go online. I could go to the Arizona
oh
Department
hell,
of
I forgot about the
Transportation.
online stuff. Yeah, you do it online now too.
I can go to ADOT in Arizona and say, okay, I'm currently living in Canada. Here's my Canadian address. All you have to do is just update it in the records I have with my driver's license. And I have the license number on the driver's card and everything. And they'll just update it that way. And that's,
Yep, yep.
because they, according to what it says on the card, I'm allowed to drive up until I'm 65, which I mean, I still have 5 years. And by the time I reach 65, well, then that's when it will fully expire. So I don't see myself driving around anywhere, unless it's an emergency the next 5 years. So,
All
just
I
saying.
know is in Michigan, you gotta renew your license every 4 years,
Yeah.
and every 4 years you gotta take the written test, unless you prove where you gotta take the driving test again. So,
Right. Well, when I got my driver's license renewed, was back in, I think it was 2010. They gave me 20 years.
Jesus.
So yeah, they gave me 20 years.
You know, I had some college kids come in from Arizona a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And like literally they said we don't have expiration dates on these.
That's right.
I,
don't.
I was like, what? They're like, yeah. I'm like, no, in Michigan, you gotta do this shit every 4 years. They're like, yeah, not out in Arizona.
You have to renew, right? Yes.
Yeah.
But they really don't have
but legally in Michigan, you have to every 4 years, whether it's a state ID or a driver's license, you gotta go down every 4 years.
And do it. Yeah.
And do it. Oh, Jim is falling asleep. Okay, Jim. Hey, Jim, send me a email or a text message or a DM and let me know what your story ideas are. I will definitely record something for you, but we're going to get Commodore Productions going again, man. We surely are. I got, you know what? I'm finally in a place where I'm comfortable again. And yeah, so let's get some stuff going. Let's get that going again. But
yeah,
right,
good night.
Y'all have a good night.
You too, Jim.
Night, Jim.
Thanks for stopping by, bud.
Yep, thank you.
Oh, I was going to ask him before he left, but I got I still have his interview. I was asked by a few people, do you have any of your old videos and stuff? And yeah, actually, I do have my old videos and stuff.
Cool. Oh, you were able to recover that? Oh, cool.
Well, I had them saved on my hard drives.
Good. Here, yeah. Okay.
So not everything, obviously, because we're talking 5-6 years, but no, I do have some stuff saved. And the interview with Jim is one of them.
Oh, cool.
Actually, there's another. Hold on here a second. I'll pull it up here on the computer first.
All right.
There's a video I did, Mikey. I don't even think you saw this one, but one of the very, very first videos I ever recorded for the channel.
Oh, cool.
But I recorded a special intro for it and everything. Let's see. Oh, window. Yeah.
And how many years ago was this that you did this?
Oh, this must have been 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I did the original video.
5 years. Okay.
Yeah, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look at that for a minute.
But yeah, we can take a look at it real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did a short little intro for it where you see me on the screen. I recorded the little intro tonight and everything. So
yeah.
And then I went into my editing program and added the original video into it. So, but I did not edit the original video because I wanted people to see, what I did 4 years ago or 3 years ago or 3-4 years ago, whatever, however long. And, obviously it needs an update, but I just want people to see, hey, this is, what I did 4 or 5 years ago, whatever. So, let me know if you can hear it.
Okay. I'm not hearing your voice.
You're not hearing it?
I'm not hearing you speak. No.
Oh,
I can see you moving your mouth, but I'm not hearing audio from it.
All right, hold on a second.
But that may be because we're here in StreamYard in the back. But if you play it and it goes up to the YouTube, we should be able to hear it.
Yeah. Share screen. Also share tab audio. Okay, that's on.
Yeah.
So
Okay, let's see if I can get to your.
to share
This
audio,
video
share tab.
sound,
Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. I can't because it doesn't do it on a window. Will it do entire screen?
Yeah.
Yes, it'll do entire screen. So let me try it that way. Okay, so I got to do the entire screen first.
Okay.
Oh, well, no, it's not going to let me do that. So apparently you cannot share audio from a window, which fucking sucks.
Yeah, that does kind of suck.
Wow, that really sucks. So like, yeah. So like I got the media player open, but I can't share audio from the media player.
Huh.
That's why you didn't hear it. Okay, well.
Yes.
Oh, seriously. Hold on. Let me try this. Video file.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there we go. Let's try this.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
I heard that.
Okay, so that's how you do it. I just learned something new with StreamYard.
Yeah. All
right, now, oh, can we go back? Oh, shit, I can even do it from the StreamYard. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if we can hear you.
Whoops.
Yeah, I heard that.
Hey, everybody. Jay from Sci-Fi
There we
Nation
go.
here. And this was a video I recorded a few years ago, probably about 4 years ago. So please keep that in mind whenever you're watching it. It definitely needs an update, but I wanted to share this video with you, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. On with the show. Red alert. Red alert. Like I said, it really needs an update. Red alert. Red alert. Red alert. Red alert. Now, you see that red alert? That's how long ago I made that, and I made that for Captain Foley over at Trek Yards, and I just used it on my own channel. Yeah, so
yeah, nice.
That's how long I've had that red alert thing. That's my old logo, which I use for the background on a lot of things.
Cool.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another.
And that's my old avatar before I had the one made for me. That I made myself, yeah.
Edition of Sci-Fi Nation. Today, we're going to be talking about the Star Trek original series, Season 1.
Now, the reason I want to upload this is what you were talking about the other night.
Ah.
That's why I want to re-upload it.
Yeah, that's cool. I was talking about
We all know and love Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Or at least I do. But where did the inspiration for the movie come from? I'm sure most, if not all of you, already know. But for those that may be watching that don't, I'll do my best to enlighten you. On Stardate 3141.9, the USS Enterprise NCC-1701, a Constitution-class starship commanded by Captain James T. Kirk, encountered a derelict spacecraft.
And please feel free to throw your criticisms out there whenever you see one, Mikey. I'm not vain like that. So, and like I said, I recorded this 4 or 5 years ago, and I've come a long way since. So if you see anything and you want to throw it out there, bud, absolutely. I'm open to all, criticism, suggestions, whatever. So.
Which originated from Earth in the 1990s, with the name Botany Bay etched on the hull. It's important.
I really tried to find a picture where that said Botany Bay, but
yeah, it's kind of hard though.
To remember that this was the period of Earth's Third World War, also known as the Eugenics Wars. That's a subject for its own video, which I'd be happy to do sometime in the future. Yeah. Dr. McCoy informs the captain that there are 60 to 70 bodies on the ship, as near as he can tell, with a very low heart rate and no discernible respiration. Captain Kirk decides further investigation is warranted and orders a landing party to the transporter room, not giving
Now
McCoy
there's
a choice in the
on
matter.
the transporter pad, and there she is, Marla McGivers.
MacGyver's,
And
yes.
And the actress who plays her, I think, passed away, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did she? Yeah, Daniel. Yeah, I believe she did. Yes.
You'll notice throughout it, I don't do live video, but every time, like I see a joke, I try to find a picture or a caption.
Right.
Well, if you're actually giving me a choice, I'm not.
The TOS bridge is way better than the Strange New Worlds one.
Right.
In the matter. Upon beaming over to the ship along with Dr. McCoy, Chief Engineer Scott, and ship's historian, Lieutenant Marla McGivers, it is confirmed that it is indeed an Earth vessel from the 20th century. It is also confirmed that there are humans on board into suspended animation, or cryosleep.
Fuck that word up.
The leader's chambers automatically trigger to awaken him as Scotty brings up the lighting on the ship, but it malfunctions and Kirk frees him before the malfunctioning unit kills the leader. McCoy beams to the ship with the leader immediately to administer emergency medical treatment. This leader is, of course, Khan Noonien Singh, as Kirk and company would later discover in the ship's historical database. Now that we've established how Khan came into the picture, let's look at the events that led to his resentment and ultimate quest for revenge against Captain Kirk. Later, to be known as Admiral Kirk, as Khan would find out. After Khan's recovery in sickbay, where he has read up on the ship's technical specifications and flirted with Lieutenant McGivers, he went to visit her in her quarters. Here he essentially, what I would consider, con her, pun intended, into falling for him even harder. At this point, he was invited to a welcome to the 23rd century dinner with the command staff.
What was that?
I think that was a form of the Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, Stockholm Syndrome, yeah.
Yeah, because for some reason, Khan had captivated Marla McGivers with her history and what she knew. But you know what? For a guy like him, until we find out later on, you don't give him technical specs of the Enterprise.
No, but they did from the get-go while he was sitting in sick bay.
I know, right? Technical manuals. I'm like, holy fuck, are you serious?
Are you serious? Yeah, you don't even know who the guy is.
Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, wow.
Stupid humans. Oh.
Stupid humans. Yeah.
And Lieutenant McGivers, whose idea it was, where he proceeded to have a battle of wits and words with the captain and Spock over their different ideologies, where we begin to see Khan's true nature start to peek through his carefully crafted self-image. Afterwards, in Khan's quarters, he again pulls McGivers deeper under his control, as I call it, and reveals his intent on seizing control of the Enterprise. It is at this point that, as mentioned earlier, Kirk, Spock, McCoy, and Scotty find out Khan's real name and identity, and Kirk orders 24-hour guard on Khan's quarters, where he confronts Khan again and matches wits with him. After Kirk leaves Khan's quarters, things start to heat up when Khan forces his door and escapes to the transporter room, where McGivers is waiting for him, holding the crewman manning it at phaser point. He walks in and does what looks like some form of a nerve pinch that incapacitates the crewman. Back on board the Botany Bay, Khan has revived his people from suspended animation, beamed them to the Enterprise, and taken control of the ship from engineering. This included shutting down the turbo lift to the bridge, jamming external communications.
See? That's right. That's what I mean. Where I put the little...
Yeah.
Yeah. I found these little, and I try to put them in there as little jokes and stuff. Captain. They've taken engineering. Yep. We cut off life support at the bridge. And let's negotiate. No way. Sucks to be you. Which is basically how it went in the show. So.
Locking out the intruder control system and shutting down life support on the bridge. All knowledge on how to do this was gained from the ship's technical manuals. This is also when Khan cuts the Botany Bay loose from the towing tractor beam, letting it float away. We next see the bridge crew, everyone that is except Captain Kirk.
Now that last point is important, which I'll bring up towards the end of the video.
Right.
In a conference room with Khan and some of his people, where Khan attempts to persuade them to join him. We also see Kirk in the decompression chamber on a view screen, where it is losing atmosphere. This is Khan's attempt to get even just one person of the crew to join him, and he'll let Kirk live, or so he says.
He tasked me.
We also find out Khan wants a planet where its people would be letting him and his people rule over them, more likely to conquer and subjugate them, in my humble opinion. Next we see MacGyvers leave the room and the view screen goes out. Thinking that Kirk is dead, Khan orders Spock taken to the chamber where MacGyvers has subdued the guard, restored atmosphere in the chamber, and freed Captain Kirk. She pleads to the captain to spare Khan's life in return for saving his. When Spock and his guard approach the chamber, Kirk and Spock both subdue Spock's guard, and Spock updates Kirk on the current situation. A plan is quickly hatched to use the intruder control circuit, which was cut off from the bridge, at a junction right down the corridor, gassing all decks except the one that they're on. Khan tries making contact with his people, but to no avail, and is then gassed along with everyone else in the conference room.
You can tell this is an old video.
Having escaped just before being rendered unconscious. Scotty also gets out and informs Kirk of this. Spock tells the captain the gas is in all sections except for engineering, where the line was cut. Kirk immediately heads there where Khan is waiting for him. We then have the obligatory fight scene between the two, where Kirk obviously outwits Khan. Kirk obviously had to outwit Khan or outsmart him, because Khan has literally 5 times Kirk's strength, as he stated.
Now, I mentioned
Kirk prevents a reactor overload at the last...
No, I'm sorry, Jay.
No,
I mentioned
go ahead.
at this point in my assessment of the episode, I said that you can tell, obviously, those are two stuntmen who are fighting each other.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
supposed to be Shatner and Montalban, but they're, two different...
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, if you watch the episode, obviously you can tell. But I was just going clips I could, I think actually how I did this is I watched this on Paramount and I was just screenshotting parts.
Right.
I had, because what I used to do back in the day is I record the audio on my phone.
Yeah.
And then I'd play it back and screenshot whenever it came up to the part that I wanted to show, that I was talking about. So,
right.
Yeah, no, that 4 or 5, 6 years ago, I was doing this. Yeah, there was way better ways to do it, but that's how I was doing it back then. So,
yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
and
that
then,
object he's holding was
and
the
then,
thing that, yeah.
Back then, I had to put all these individual frames on top of the audio in my editor. So it took me a week and a half to put together a short video like this. Way back then.
I have to say it, but you did a great job. You did a good job. I think you did.
Well, that's why I want to re-upload. I'm like, this is something I did 4 or 5 years ago, right? And I want to show it off because it's been so long since I've done something like this. And I think I could do a lot better job putting videos together now, obviously, than I could back then. So definitely. I kind of want to show some of my old stuff first before I get into the new stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Yeah, and the thing he's holding that he finally knocked, but he knocked him out. He didn't kill Khan. He knocked him out.
He knocked him out, yeah.
Yeah.
Smart him, because Khan has literally 5 times Kirk's strength, as he stated. Kirk prevents a reactor overload at the last minute and regains control of the Enterprise. In the end, Kirk beams Khan, his people, and MacGyvers, who was given the choice of that or a court-martial for her actions, down to SETI Alpha 5, a habitable, somewhat savage, and a bit of an inhospitable planet according to Spock. After Khan and MacGyvers leave the room, Spock suggests returning in 100 years to see what became of the seed that Kirk planted there today. Now, there are some discrepancies between some of what we see in The Wrath of Khan and this episode due to a decade and a half gap between them, even though canonically it's been only a few years.
Right.
Those can be easily pointed out in a separate video or even researched on your own with some of the clues you may find in this episode recap. So, was Kirk responsible for causing the events of Star Trek II, or was Khan equally responsible? I think they're both equally responsible in that regard. Kirk having been somewhat naive, and Khan, well, we all know that superior ambition breeds
Superior ability breeds superior ambition.
Yeah,
Spot.
I caught myself, and that's why I put this card up to actually say what I was thinking of.
superior stuff. Sorry, guys, I forgot what I was saying there. Also, how did the cargo pods of the Botany Bay end up on the planet? And where was Chekhov during all this? All questions for another time. Until next time, my friends, live long and prosper. We'll see you next time on Sci-Fi Nation. Hey everyone, if you like what you just saw, please like,
and this is what I
subscribe,
used to have at the
share,
end of my videos.
comments, and if you can, donate. I really appreciate you taking your time to watch us. Until next time, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, that was cool.
So yeah, that's one of the ones I found from a long time ago. I'm glad I still have it.
Yeah, there was two things that I can answer real quickly in regards to Chekhov. Even though Chekhov didn't appear in the episode, he is still part of the ship's records, and we figured out. Well, I figured out. My theory is that because he was able to review the technical manuals of the ship, he was also, unbeknownst to Kirk, able to read through the personnel rosters
Oh, the crew
of the
manifest.
ship itself, of the crewmates.
Yep.
So he must have, in order for him to have recognized Chekhov, he must have read through his, personal data file, his profile on the ship, and even though he wasn't present, he was still working on the ship.
Right, he was still on the crew manifest. Yeah,
he was
just
still
like
on the crew manifest.
just like Sulu during the very first pilot episode was down in it wasn't life sciences, but he was actually down in the botanist section of the Enterprise during the original pilot episode.
Sure. And how could the pods get there? Well,
right. Remember, I said that would come up because Khan set the Botany Bay loose. Right. That's actually on screen. It happens in the episode. Well, how did the cargo pods get down?
Right. Well, they were within the vicinity of the SETI system.
Right, but we never saw that on screen.
But we never saw that on screen.
We never saw that on screen, so that's why I brought it up. So
sure. Well, that's what I was saying, is that they were within the SETI Alpha system. So, and he must have known that because he must have consulted star charts. You would think he would have at least done that, and probably just to determine that's where the pods would end up. Yeah.
Right, I get that. I was just going by what we've seen on screen, right? So
right, that or what happened was, since he let it loose, well, once they caught,
he set it on a trajectory towards the planet.
So then what happened probably was Kirk went back to get the ship so that he could take the pods.
And then right. But see that again, that's speculation though, because that didn't happen on screen.
Of course.
Hey,
And
do you mind hanging out for a minute? I see Daniel's still not muted, and I really want to keep talking. Can you just give me like 30 seconds? I need to go take a lunch break. Okay, thanks, Daniel. Daniel, if you watch this along with Mikey, go ahead, talk about it. I'll be back in like a quick second, okay?
Yeah.
Well, I liked it. Well, the real reason why Khan mentioned Chekhov in The Wrath of Khan was because, Nicholas Meyer didn't know. He thought that he probably thought that Chekhov was always there, right? He didn't know that
Well,
Chekhov wasn't there in the first season.
Well, right. Well, the thing is that Chekhov, even though he wasn't in the original episode, he was still on the crew manifest, and he never really had interaction. But as I said, Khan wasn't always trustworthy. So even though he said that he was able to read the technical manuals of the ship and engineering and all that stuff, I'm almost certain that secretly he was also perusing the crew manifest of the ship and everybody that was on board. And remember, he had a photographic memory.
Yeah.
So if that's the way that he was able to recognize Chekhov's face, and from that, that's what I take it from. I think that he took it from his photographic memory and said, and I read this, you are Chekhov. Yeah, I mean, so, yeah, he read about him, obviously. He didn't recognize Terrell, right? But he recognized Chekhov. So that makes a lot of sense if he was able to secretly read the manifest. The other thing, too, that Kirk could not have foreseen was that SETI Alpha 6 was going to, blow up, and go out and push SETI Alpha 5 out of its orbit, turning it into a, almost a ghost town, a ghost planet, with the high winds and the dust and all that stuff. And the only way they survived was, because Khan, with his intellect, and of course, don't forget the creature. Joaquin,
the earwig,
the earwig thing. Joaquin was actually one, according to the novelization, was one of those that accidentally introduced the earwig monster because they were trying to find life on the planet, and that monster ended up killing Marlon McGuire.
Wait, didn't Joaquin die in Enterprise?
No, Joaquin actually died before Khan set off the Genesis device.
Okay, my bad. There's different Joaquin in Enterprise with
the
the
Joaquin
augments.
That's in the episode, right? The Joaquin that's in the episode is a different actor, but then the Joaquin that played him later, because he was young, he was a young actor back then. But then this other different actor named Judson Scott came over and took over and played Joaquin, his second in command for Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan.
No, the ones in Enterprise were young actors anyway, so that's why I was wondering if it was the same character or not. Yeah.
Because you only get to see Joaquin, I think, once or twice in that Space Seed, and he's a very young guy.
In Space Seed, yeah. Once.
So I can see Judson Scott taking over for that guy, and then being
in Star Trek 2, yes, yeah.
It's Star Trek 2, yeah.
See, I'm thinking Enterprise because there was a character in Enterprise in the Augments, that whole 3-episode series with the Augments, right, from Cold Station 12. Yeah, Dr. Noonien Sung. Yeah, there was a character named Joaquin. So
there was.
Yeah. So I got confused. My bad. I'm sorry. I should have known better.
It's okay. Well, Judson Scott, who plays Joaquin, went uncredited. I don't think you see him in the credits for Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. And he did that on purpose because he didn't want to, take up any, take away from Ricardo, because
Ricardo was such a big star back then. I don't think he could have taken away from him.
I didn't understand Judson's reasonings, I guess.
Right, I don't either. Yeah,
but I mean, he's still recognized.
I mean, like I said the other night when PvP was with us, I mean, just imagine having tattoo on there. The ship, boss, the ship.
Yeah, can you imagine if everything for the chase showed up and go, "Gone, the ship,
Khan, the ship."
We're on SETI Alpha 5.
And then PvP says, "Oh, he'd just be a little football." Be like, "Yeah, Khan would have punted him like a football through the bulkhead."
Yeah. Well, and you know what's funny too, and I don't know if this was mentioned, but Chekhov said that they were actually placed on SETI Alpha 6, but he corrected him and said no. We were placed on. He said, "This is SETI Alpha 5.
This is SETI Alpha 5." Yes.
Yeah. and he said it got pushed out of orbit and blown up.
Yeah,
and
because Ceti Alpha 4 or 6, one of the two next
six.
to it blew up. Yeah,
Yeah,
because 6
six
blew
blew
up
up, got
and
pushed,
shifted the
pushed
orbit
them
of
out of
5.
orbit and turned their
Yeah.
and turned their planet into a desolate wasteland. And
Yeah.
only because of his supreme intellect. did they
His
survive.
supreme intellect that they survived. Yeah. My
And then, of
beloved
course,
wife, she did not survive. Talk about Marla McIvers.
Marlon McIvers, who got killed by the earwig,
Yep.
introduced by Joaquin when they landed on the planet. That was nice of you, Joaquin.
It killed
Bastard.
30.
Yep.
It killed 30% of my crew.
Yeah, killed 30 of my people.
30 of my
Was it
people.
30?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
30 or 30%, one of the two. Yeah.
30. Yeah, 30 people.
But I know we agree on 30. So it was either 30 people or 30. I think it was 30 people. But yeah.
30. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Jay, I guess if you want to go ahead and close up, I gotta go because I still gotta do an A-team review before I go to bed tonight. We got
Right on.
our exterminators coming in after 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. So.
Mikey,
Yes.
so do you still think that they're gonna start filming Rush Hour 3 either this summer, Rush Hour 4 this summer or next summer?
Rush Hour 4, and bringing back Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? To be honest, Jackie Chan, I hate to say this, but I think he's too old. I don't know. The last thing he did was it was called The Foreigner. I think that was the name of it. And that featured Pierce Brosnan. And he found out his family got killed, but he didn't realize till later that Pierce was behind it. And so he went after them and in revenge, in a fit of revenge. It was called The Foreigner, I believe. So that was the last thing I remember him doing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he is willing to do it anymore. I'm not sure. I hope maybe they can, but I'm not sure, Daniel. Tucker, I'm sure could do it. He's still old enough; he could pull it off. But I don't know about Chan. Chan is well. Let's see. Let me take a look at Jackie Chan.
He's in his 60s, ain't he?
Yeah. I'll take a look at him real quick. Let's see. Jackie Chan. He's 71.
Oh, dang it. Yeah.
So, yeah. He it says he continues to perform stunts despite injuries and remains passionate about filmmaking. And at 71, it says Jackie Chan continues to perform his own stunts, showcasing his dedication to action films and martial arts. We know he's in the Karate Kid Legends movie with Ralph Macchio.
It's gonna come out tomorrow.
Yeah. That's the other one.
Well, I think maybe that's because Pat Morita's not around anymore. The rest is.
Yeah. It says, despite recent injuries, Chan remains optimistic and humorously claims he will still be making movies at 100 years old, indicating his passion for the craft. And his recent interactions with adorable puppies during interviews highlight his charming personality and ability to connect with fans beyond his action star image. So, who knows, Daniel?
Yeah, I mean, he does seem like a genuinely like nice guy outside of, his Hollywood status or whatever, right? Because
so if you're saying he could do Rush Hour 4, I wouldn't put it past him.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Because he was a
ideas. What?
I was going to say he was a big fan overseas before he even came over to Hollywood. So.
Oh yeah, I watched some
a big star. I mean, yeah. So. Yeah,
I watched some of his early stuff. In fact, today I was watching a movie from 1978 called "The Wooden Shaolin People," and it was where he was becoming a Shaolin priest,
trying to be a Shaolin. Yeah.
The wooden stick people, or it was something like that. Wooden Shaolin people, and he was practicing and all this stuff, and then he had to go through this whole big obstacle course of wooden people with boxing and all this stuff, and he had to do all this martial arts and his karate, his kung fu, and he had to get through all that. And then he finds out that this prisoner that was in the Shaolin Temple was the very same man that killed his father. And he finds out towards the end and he kills him. So, yeah. And then the last scene you see is Jackie Chan becoming an official Shaolin priest, and he gets his hair shaved off. And that was the last scene you see of it.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
He had to lift the cauldron that basically
That
branded.
big heavy thing, yeah, like this.
Yep,
And,
that branded
yeah.
dragons on the underside of each wrist. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
That's real, folks. Don't think it ain't. That's
No,
real.
that is real. No, that is real. In the Kung Fu series with David Carradine, did the same thing. He had to lift the whole thing. Yeah, he
Yep,
did.
with the inside of their wrist, and it brands a dragon on the inside of
And it
each
brands
wrist.
him on either side. So that's what
Yep.
he did in this movie. Yeah, wooden Shaolin people. Yeah.
So
Wait, do you wanna
anytime you see that, and you see a Shaolin monk going through training to become a Shaolin priest,
Yeah.
and they lift up that heavy cauldron with the inside of their wrist, and they get those red hot dragons branded on the inside of their wrist, that is real.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real life right there. So
And he was really, when he did it in the movie, and I believe him. I believe when he was lifting, then that was all him. There wasn't any stunt guy or anybody else in place of him. It was him, and I could feel his pain when he had both his arms on those.
oh
dragons.
yeah, you see the look on his face. He's like, oh, I can do this.
Oh,
and he's like,
man.
ah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
Now it might
What
not
was
have
the
been
other-
red hot, but
sure.
it might not have
What
been
was
red
the other
hot at the
thing?
time. But lifting that weight and moving it over to the side like they have to do in
I
that
just
ceremony.
really, yeah, you placed it in a certain way, and that was crazy. Yeah, crazy. What else is going on, Daniel?
Wait, so like the original plan for Rush Hour 4 was they wanted to get Jet Li in there. I guess he was going to be the bad guy. He's going to fight Jackie
Sure.
Chan. I would have loved to have seen Jet Li versus Jackie Chan. That would have been really great.
Well, they did. Jackie Chan and Jet Li fought in the Forbidden Kingdom. Remember?
No, I didn't see that one.
Come on, Daniel.
Come on, Daniel.
Go find it somewhere. It's called The Forbidden Kingdom. It has Michael Angiorano in it also. Get it, because there is a 20-minute sequence where Jet Li, who's playing a priest, a Shaolin priest, and the drunken master is Jackie Chan. And they're in the temple, and the priest, played by Lee, has stolen this artifact, which is like a scroll. It's supposed to be like a prophecy scroll. And Jackie follows him into the temple, and they have a 20-minute fight for the ages. And I'm not going to tell you who wins because I want you to see it. It is insane. And the sequence for this whole fight was choreographed by Jackie, by Jet, and by Corey Ewan Ping, who did the Matrix, who did all the stunt coordination
all
and
the
fighting.
stunt choreography for that.
The stunt choreography. Just the three of them. Just the three of them worked on the sequence.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Oh.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, Mikey.
Yeah.
Look at the private chat. If you want to see Jackie Chan in New Fist of Fury, I posted it.
Oh, cool.
It's on YouTube. It's free.
Yeah. Free movie. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Which one is the best one? The one where you say Jackie Chan in New Fist of Fury, or the other one? Or is it the same thing?
Like
Well, it
the
looks like the
original
same
one
thing.
with Bruce Lee is the best.
Yeah.
But Jackie Chan and New Fist of Fury, it's a spin-off. It was a spin-off. It's good.
Yeah. I already downloaded it. Yeah, I'm watching it too. It's in my Fist of Fury. Yeah. I see it. Yeah, I've been
And
watching
these
it.
old
for
movies are
sure.
really good. They're really good, much better than the stuff they put out now.
Well, yeah, some of the older stuff that they put out with Chan is really good. Yeah, there's a lot of good. Well, you know what? We own two movies that he did. One is Rumble in the Bronx, which I still think is one of his best
That's a good one.
performances.
Yeah,
Love that one. And then the other one, Who Am I? Where he
Oh, I
loses
heard
his
about that one.
memory and he has a thing of he gets hit severely and loses his
he just walks around town. Who am I?
who am I? Yeah. He doesn't even know his name or anything, but apparently he's a super spy or some shit. And he doesn't even know because he lost his memory and he's trying to get his memory back. And yeah, that's a great film too. I like that one. But like I said, The Forbidden Kingdom, which came out in 2008, it has him and Jet Li in it. It is fantastic. Jet Li plays the Monkey King in the beginning, and then what happened was when the Monkey King was frozen and held suspended for all time, then he became an offshoot of the Monkey King, became like a Shaolin priest.
Which, just for clarification, is different than the movie series called The Monkey King, because there is a movie series
Correct.
called The Monkey King,
Yes.
which is different than what Mikey's talking about. So, yeah, and I was going to bring that up too, because the first movie in that series is called The Monkey King. The second one is called The Golden Monkey, I believe, or something to that effect.
Something to that effect.
Yeah, and then there's a third one, and that is actually a great series too. I recommend people to watch. So, granted, there's a lot of costume and makeup, and you probably aren't going to know anybody that acts in it. But I tell you what, if you like this type of stuff, that is one of the best movie series that you can watch.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it for you, Daniel, and I'll send it here to the private chat.
Because the Monkey King movies were, when they came out, they weren't meant to be mainstream to begin with. So, but they kind of gained like a cult following, I guess you could say. But no, they're really good. I like.
Yeah, so what they do is they call it Mysterious Kingdom because they don't want to be, shot down by the YouTube overlords. But this is the Forbidden Kingdom, is what the real title of it is. So I will make a copy here and I'll send it to you in the private chat. This is it right there. The last thing there, Daniel. That's the Forbidden Kingdom.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
But
So check it out.
Bruce Lee better. I like Bruce Lee better than all the other ones because he was the only who could kill people with his bare hands, with his fists of fury.
Yes.
Well, what about his son Brandon Lee dying on the set of The Crow?
Yeah, The Crow. Yeah.
The original Crow, which I watched. Yeah, I mean, I was basically in high school in it. Well, what year did The Crow come
out? What year was The Crow? I think that was.
Hold on. Let me ask Google. What year did the
1994?
Yeah, the year I graduated. Yeah, the year I graduated high school. So yeah, May 10th, 94. So
yeah, and that was the year that he unfortunately there was a prop gun which they didn't realize had something in it, and he got shot with that and died instantly. So
what's that remind you of? Oh, the whole Alec Baldwin debacle from just last year or the year before.
Yes, which he did to the stunt woman. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, here's my thing. Was there a property master? Yes, every movie has a property master, which means
they have prop buyer.
Mikey, let's explain this for people that don't understand. A property master is somebody that is in charge of all the props.
Yes.
Every prop ever used on a set, they are responsible for. Now, if that property master doesn't properly check everything, How is some guy that came in to direct a bunch of actors responsible for that?
Right.
That's my question. And to this day, nobody's been able to answer that. And you know why? That's why a jury never convicted him of it.
Right.
There is a person called a property master that's responsible for those props.
And handles it. Yeah.
Yeah. So how you gonna say Baldwin did this, Baldwin did that? No, he didn't. He's there to direct the actors. He ain't there to make sure there ain't no gunpowder in the goddamn fake gun.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
I had to put that out there because I know that's been like a big thing in the last year and a half, and I just had to say my piece on it. So.
Yeah, no worries on that, Jay. Well, I do need to go because I do want to get my show, my webcam taken care of before I get some sleep, and I got to be ready for tomorrow morning.
Yep, no problem. I got to upload my video that I just showed you. I'm trying to think of a time to actually set it to go live. I'm thinking 6 a.m. Eastern, but I don't know. I mean, I want it to go live early so people have a chance to see it, but I don't want it to go live too early. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I'm maybe 9 a.m. Eastern. I don't know. Would that be a good time to set a video? Or I mean, because it's a weekday though.
Yeah, it's a weekday. Maybe wait till the weekend. Maybe like 9 a.m. in the morning.
You think this weekend, maybe?
Yeah.
Right, sure. Because I am trying to rebuild the channel, so
yeah.
And hopefully these live streams are helping. That's why I've been going almost every night, hoping to draw some attention. Mm-hmm. I know I'm not going to get nowhere near the 500 and some I had because that took me years and years to build, right?
Right.
And probably half of them never watched anyways.
Yeah.
But
I still feel devastated that you lost so many because I can't even get to 500 yet. I mean, like I said, I'm only 44 away from 300, and I've been working on this channel for almost 8 years now.
And don't take this the wrong way, but that's why I want to start collabing with you. I want to start making those connections again, right? Like I used to do back in the old days. Make those connections. And hey, if I gain some traction, I'm bringing you up with me. That's what I used to do, right? So that's what I want to do. And if you can bring me up, then and I gain something from it, I want to bring you up too. That's what I used to do back in the old days. And that's what I want to do again, right? So
sure. And we can bring up each other in our future streams and say, because I always I want to mention the people that come visit the webcams, come visit our streams. And I know you're a frequent visitor, and I want to make sure that you're mentioned, and Daniel too, and everybody that helps the channel to grow. And I want their
absolutely.
Sure.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, Daniel, take care. Again, Jay, thank you so much for having me up here.
Mikey, shout out what you got coming up the next couple days, buddy.
Yeah, sure. So coming up, we have in the next 10 or 15 minutes, I will be doing a very early 2-episode review from A Team of season 4.
Oh shit, you're going live. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'll be going live in a few minutes. So yeah,
I'll be there. I'll be in the chat.
Okay, good. Yeah, I have to do that because I won't be on later because we have, like I said, we have exterminators coming in here, and we're gonna.
Yep. Nope. You said that the other night. So that's okay. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we have to be out for like 4.5 hours for that. So that's not gonna be fun. So I'll be doing a live here in a few minutes for the A Team. I'll take care of my week, and then I won't be there with Gorilla on this Thursday night because there's too much going on. So we're gonna have to probably rearrange things here and move things around after what the
what the people do. Yep.
Yeah,
we get it. Yep.
Much new stuff.
Yep.
Friday is Walton's with Gorilla. Then Friday night, and then Saturday, Sif, Dan, and I and PvP are going to be doing a watch party of 2 episodes. One from TOS, which is Who Mourns for Adonai, which had Michael Forrest play the god Apollo.
Oh,
And
who
then-
mourns for Adonis?
Who Mourns for, well, some people pronounce it Adonis, some people pronounce it Adonai. I was just trying to go from the Greek.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just the
Oh,
way
no,
I
it's
read
not
it.
incorrect. No, buddy. Don't worry about it. It's not incorrect what you said. It's just that I say it more of what it was supposed to be like in the Greek. It's Adonai. It's A-D-O-N-I.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm just
A-D-O-N-A-I-S,
Yeah,
right?
no.
Adonai. So, right. And I mean, that's what I see in the episode title, and that's why I figure that's what it
I
means.
always thought it said
But some
Adonis.
people say Adonis. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, and then after we watch that, then we're going to also watch the Star Trek Continues episode, which followed that story and brought Apollo back, brought Michael Forrest back.
Yes.
And that was the first episode of his one season. There were 11 episodes. The first episode is called Pilgrim of Eternity, and
Yes.
it brings him back. And
It
it's
does the
just so
same
fast.
actor.
Same actor.
Same
And-
actor, yes.
And this time he tries to get followers again because now he's got more of the crew available, more of the Enterprise crew that meet him in the rec room and trying to get more people.
Well,
And
okay.
he's going to try to take over the ship.
You're
And
doing
Kirk
that on
knows how bad he is because he almost wiped out the ship the last time.
When are
So
you doing that episode, Mikey?
That'll be this coming Saturday afternoon. We'll start at 5 o'clock,
Son of a bitch, I gotta work at 5.
5 Eastern.
Yeah, that's when I go to work.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, watch this on the rewatch. It's good.
I
And if
will.
you've seen the episode, I know it's available out
Just
there.
know I'll be there in spirit because I do know the TOS episode and I know the fan film episode. So
Yeah, Pilgrim of Eternity.
just know I'll
Yeah.
be there in spirit for it. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll be watching both of those, and then we'll give our reviews on both at the very end. So yeah, that will be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Daniel.
Saturday. The
Saturday,
31st.
and
The-
for Sifdan, and for Sifdan and the PvP for their Pacific time, that starts at 2 p.m. Pacific and runs to 4 p.m. Pacific time. But sometimes we run over, so you know.
So does my cup, but hey, who's counting?
So that's what's coming up. That's what's coming up on my channel, and then of course next Monday I start my my normal Red Dwarf 2 episodes review.
Oh
at
God, I
12
love
noon.
that show.
Yeah, with this guy. I introduced him. Yeah, he's
Is
Murdoch.
that
too.
Murph? Is that Murph?
That's Murdoch too.
Murdoch. Yeah. I don't know
Murdoch
why I
too.
said
Yeah.
Murph.
Hey. Yeah, I know Murdoch. I'm not hurting you. Come on. Anyway,
Meow.
no, he's a favorite actually of some people. I thought it was weird because I thought I was going mental or nuts or something, and actually he's a popular prop for when I introduced the A-Team episodes because he's a big, like I said, his name is Murdoch too. So
You're lucky they don't call him Lieutenant Broccoli.
Oh, Lieutenant Broccoli, like Lieutenant Barclay. Yeah,
because the same guy that played Barkley played Murdoch, right? So
exactly. Yeah, and and I'm wondering, should I, when I'm done with the A-Team, when I finish all 5 seasons, I was wondering if I should also do another review, but do a live stream review of the reboot movie. The one that had Liam Neeson in it.
Oh yeah, that's the
That
best.
played
Oh,
Hannibal.
you know what? You know what?
Yeah.
You should, and I would love to be a part of that because I thought I would hate it, but you know what? I
liked
sat
it.
down. And I liked it. Yes, I did.
It grows on you.
Which
That's
I
right.
am. I will not hesitate to say this. I am automatically biased to remakes because 9 times out of 10 they suck ass. Arse.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, arse. But yeah, no, 9 times out of 10 they do. And I sat down, I watched that. I'm like, okay, I'm bored. I got nothing better to do. I'm gonna watch it. It's been years since it came out. I watched it and I was like, holy crap, this ain't that bad.
Yeah,
I actually wound up liking it, and it surprised me. So I'd love to do that review with you.
That'd be great. Yeah. So as soon as I'm done, we'll get together and let's make it a watch party. We'll watch it on Cosme, and then we'll talk
Yep.
about it
I'll
afterwards.
simulcast it, and I'll have a backstage stream yard for people that don't like Cosme. We'll do the whole 9 yards.
Awesome. Yeah. Then I'll mention that as when I'm done reviewing the last season, the 5th season. Yeah, I will mention that you and I and Daniel can come too, so we can
Oh,
put this all
absolutely, yeah.
together. Yeah.
But I know you
Yeah.
got to go, bud, and I want to get over there and catch your stream. So
Okay. So take care, everyone. Remember, always expect the unexpected. Mikey Sue's 4. Peace from me and Suzanne and the babies, Moon Pie and Deja Vu, and we'll see you guys in a few.
all right, thank you, Mikey.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you for having me up here, guys. We'll talk
Always,
soon.
always. All right, Daniel. Anything you want to say, bud?
Well, like I said this story. Do you remember 1998 when Rush Hour came out?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, I do. I'm just trying to wrap up the stream. But yeah.
Okay, I told this story on Mikey's channel, but
Yep.
I remember when it came out in my local galaxy. I was so excited because it was Jackie Chan's first movie in America and Canada too.
Yep.
Because before that, he was in Asia, right? He was just like in Hong Kong and stuff.
I don't think that ever changed, but yeah.
Yeah. But so Rush Hour was in 98. Rush Hour was his first movie. And I was like, oh my God,
first
Rush Hour.
major Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, Jackie Chan's first movie in coming out in
In
Canada.
America. Yeah.
So like I went into the theater. I wanted to go see it. But you know what?
Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
At the time, I was 11 years old in 98, and I couldn't go into the theater because you had to be at least 14 to see Rush Hour. At least 14.
98. Let's see. How old was I in 98? I was 21. Hey, how you doing?
So like, I just hate it. Like I couldn't, they wouldn't let me in. They wouldn't let me in because you need to have ID. I didn't have ID back then.
You got to be this tall to ride the ride.
Yeah. Just like in that movie Big, you had to be at least this tall to.
You got to be this tall, yeah.
Yeah. So like, they wouldn't let me in, and that sucked. But I tried. I tried. That's the point. And I mean, they don't do that anymore. Thank God. They don't say you have to be at least this old to watch this movie. They don't do that anymore.
Well, actually, they do in the States. Called yeah, but anyway.
Because I haven't run into that ever again.
Well, they do in the States. I mean, we got the whole, PG-13. What was it? PG-13. Well, you have G, PG-13, PG-17, and then you have, it's just a whole fucked up system we got down here. But anyway, I get what you're saying.
And then later on, when I watched Rush Hour, when I got it on VHS years later, it wasn't that bad, right? And they made it out to be like this big bad action movie that kids can't watch. But I'm like, I look at it, and I'm like, it's not that bad.
So, right. So, is there anything you want to for people to watch that you got coming up, or is there anywhere you're going to be hanging out?
I'm still trying to play with the. I can't. I don't know how to make videos yet. So.
Oh, that's easy. I got a program. It's called openshot.org. Completely free, completely open source. As long as you can, make a little video clip, you can put it in there. You can put your own videos together. And I'll even teach you, backstage, offline one of these days how to do it. But it's real. I've been using it for 5-6 years. If I can do it, you can do it. So
yeah.
I mean, you know that video that I showed tonight? I made that with it back in the day. So yeah, and I still use it to this day. So yeah, absolutely. I'll teach you how to do that, Daniel, for sure.
Awesome.
So hey, I noticed we got some new people showing up. We're going over to Mikey's channel, Mikey Sue's 4's channel. He's about to go live, everybody. Thank you for showing up right now at the end of the stream. you just missed a heck of a show. Go back, rewatch it. We had some good times tonight. We really did. And I want to thank Mikey for being up here, Jim's Landscape at Commodore Productions for being up here, Matt Arnold for being up here, of course, Daniel here. Thank you so much, everybody, for being up here. You know what? I put out a short tonight. Make sure you go back on my channel, check that out, because I got a video, one of my old videos from 4 or 5 years ago, right? All I did was added a new intro to it, and yeah, and I'm gonna be posting that to the channel. I got some of my old videos I'm gonna be posting to the channel. Just keep in mind they're a few years old, right, folks? And keep that in mind, right? Obviously, you know, people, you know, they get better over time. They evolve over time. So just keep that in mind when I post it, when you watch it. So with that, folks, I'm gonna say, you know what? It's a rough world out there. Let's take care of each other. I'll see you next time on Sci-Fi Nation.